red hot, like feel sick, dizzy, bad hands, bad back, bad neck, everything aching. I've got a flu, but I'm not. My nose got a little bit of sniff, but I've got the runs really bad, terrible. I think there's loads. I think it's to the right or something. Loads of people have got it. You can look on the internet. Fucking always something, unless it could be a sunstroke. The sun too long can make it bad. Know what it is. Right, guys. I wasn't going to come back to see my dad. He's not well at all. He's lost about 4 or 5 stone. It's fucking terrible. It's pure grey. He's not going out the house and out. You can't hardly make a cup of tea. Fucking gutted. Heartbreaking watching him. Because when I was a kid, he was like, we worked on the beach and that. He was like that. You know, when you stick in your dig like that and you do that, my dad go non-stop for like 40 minutes an hour. The fucking truck, 10 ton of coal in a truck. And we got a 50-ton one, mate, me and him and his mate's called Jimmy. And you get a £1 a ton for sea coal. You remember the old film Get Carter? That's in slag. It's not a one, shut your fucking slag and all that. It comes from that area, that's in slag. So slag is coal, but it's not real coal. It's like slag, but it still burns. But it's really, really, it's really weird because what it does, you get a bit of shell in it and you put it in the fire and you sat there, it's like, fucking hell, it's like bullets coming at you, it's like shrapnel comes out. So what you used to do in Article, they used to get the newspaper and wrap it in the paper to stop it getting out, or get a fire guard, put a fire guard in front of it. But it's very hard to burn, but once it goes, you're okay. But so what you do, you go on the beach. Nobody owns the beach, anyone go on the beach, public domain for anyone. So what happens is all the old, when they used to mine in the black oil and that, they used to bring the coal out and all the old slag's no good because it wouldn't burn properly. They get it out and they put it in the ironworks, the British steel place like that, and that burns, the coal burns, the metal goes red hot. So what they do is the old slag is no good, they put it to one side and they have these big massive buckets as big as this room, and you come out and pick it up like a big coal bucket and take it out the sea and drop it in the sea. But you get sea coal anyway. So what happens, the coal's very, very fine. It's very, very light. Little bits, it's like Rice Krispies. It's like tiny little Rice Krispies. Like, and it'll come on the beach and go back out, come on the beach, and then it'll just stop. It sinks on the sand. So you've got to wait then until it builds up and builds up and builds up. So you might have, like, you call it markings. You have your mark outs. My dad would go, he'd look down the beach like that and go, we used to start at the top, Seaton Crew, you can see the big bank there, and you'd look down at that and think, coming in from that side, it's going to come there, son. What we're going to have to do, we'll have to go down the other end, put the markings out there. You stay there in case somebody comes. And you go the other side, put the markings the other side, so we'd have markings both sides. So when you've staked out, it's called stakeout, not the markings, so you stake it, you stake out. Loads of fist fights over it. But my dad knew, done it for fucking 20 odd years. Fucking hardest job in the world to do. So you've got to wait for the coal landing, and then you get rakes, but it's not a rake like that. It's a rake like that, so it's like that's square like that. So you scoop and you pull the coal together. You pull it all around. You've got to wait till it dries out a bit. And you stick it's like a big massive spade like that, aluminium. You stick it in the coal and throw it in the back of the truck. Now the truck's up here, it's about 5 foot high. So I had to do it like on there and tear it and pull it down. But my dad was just woof. Like scooping it straight on it, that fucking hell. And I was only 15. I only went on the one night, that best night. My fucking right arm next day, I couldn't move my arm. It was like locked. So, because you're doing that, like you're doing dig and then scoop and then turn. Dig, scoop, and then turn. But my dad was just doing that, scooping out on the thing. I look at him and think, fucking hell, you think it was like a baby's fucking, like a spade when you play at the beach when you're a kid. You think you're throwing that on the top? You'd fucking, and the other one was the same, Jimmy. So we got 50 ton. So an old Bedford from the war, Second World War, they can hold, say, 10 ton. Sometimes you'll put like bits of wood on the sides and that. But the coal lads used to make a fortune. Now Dad was on the dole fiddling, allegedly. And the fucking dole, the Vassar said, "There's a Cockerill, you have to come in, we have to go in the North Forward Squad." And they went, "Right, we've been told that you're working on the beach." I went, "No, I'm not working on the beach. I'm not working on the beach." Denied it. No, but I don't went to the beach. Fucking hands are all black with coal in there and everything. It's not me. He went, well, who's that there digging there? Who's that there? You had to cock to it, bank the right, stood with these thing against there and having a coffee on the side out of a flask. And I tell you what they wear, you won't believe this. Fishermen do it, they wear women's tights because they keep your legs red hot when you're working. But then when you're sweating, but I didn't wear the fuckers. Oh, Dad wear two pair of women's tights. That's what they wear. But I get done with that. I probably wouldn't have hired them. Anyway, so I used to work on the beach and used to get like £10 a ton. And what happens is you pay the lads £1 a ton each. So I got £1, Jimmy got £1. My dad would get £8. But then he'd take it back to Wilkie's. They were coal men. And they would sell it to British Steel. They might get £15 a ton. I don't know what they got for it, but they'd probably get a lot more, obviously a lot more. They'd sell it to British Steel, and then they would put it in the furnace to heat up the metal. Do you know what I mean? To melt it. So that's how it went on for hundreds of years. The people working, but the coal was a substance for making money on the beach. And then it was another thing is where we go to the beach and we get buckets and carry the buckets back to my mum, and if you'd have coal, because in the 70s nobody could afford fucking coal. It was so dear, the fortune, and you'd go out and get wood, little bits of wood, you'd split them. You'd take you get up in the morning, you get a big tub like that, a metal tub, and you get in the morning, you pull the fire off like that, put it to the side, put newspapers on the floor so you don't make a mess. You get in the fire, brush it all out. Brush the chimney as well, because the chimney can set alight. Your whole fucking chimney can go up because the coal sticks to that as well. You know, it's like, so the soot can set alight. We've seen that fucking chimney alight. It's terrible. So anyway, you brush that and keep it clean. Sometimes you'll put the old and make Mary Poppins in, clean them properly, but we just push them down, put it all in the bucket, and carry it to the bin. Now the bins in them days weren't like the bins now, the plastic one, were big round metal ones, and the poor fucking bin went. Even I couldn't have picked the cunt when I was 24 stone. Full to the brim with ash. But what my dad used to use it for the garden. He used to do potatoes and cabbages and all that fucking stuff. And he had a little greenhouse on the corner. So he used to use that. So it was all right for him. But to come in, so the ash was good for that. So everything was recycled then. Even we talk about recycling now, it was getting recycled then. So then what you do is you clean all the fire out, and then you get your paper, scrunch your paper up like that, put the paper in. If you can afford firelighters, they were like paraffin and wax, like a candle wax, you know, together. You put that in the fire and break them up, and you get the little bits of wood, and you get the wood with a knife, and you push down like that, and you can split little splinters, a bit like bird rolls, little tiny bits. Put them in, you go. So what you do, you get like a poker. You put the poker there like that. So the poker's like that, and you put a newspaper around the fire. So then what happens, you need the wind to get it up, and because you're doing that and holding it, the wind starts coming down the chimney and starts blowing and blowing and blowing. So you go blowing underneath like that to try and get the light, because if you cut oxygen out in a fire, it stops the fire. So it take you about fucking 30 minutes to get a fire going in the morning and in the winter. You go out to put the stuff out, you remember you're stuck to the shovel. You'd be fucking stuck to the shovel with the ice. So you had to do all that in them days, because you couldn't. If you didn't do it, your fucking kids would freeze to death. They had like our Bobby, our Skinny Peter, our Jamie, me, my mum, and my dad. So 7 of us would be fucking freezing. I was always up every day. Yeah. So the day I forgot to talk about you, so I'm talking to you there. You would like to sub? Don't say that. Racing Lady Psycho 666. Hey mate, get that off. I don't want that on my channel. 666, get that off. Fucking crackers and that shout on my channel. Mockery of the Jesus. You know what that is. I'm fucking people putting 666 on my fucking channel. On my godly channel. People, I don't give a fuck who it is. He's a millionaire. He's the bestest man in the world. You're not putting 666 on my channel. Just a fucking abomination. That number. The Lord Jesus Christ channel this, not the fucking devils. Stop trying to make us look like we're something we're not. We know what you're fucking trying to do. You're trying to cast aspersions. You don't even know what that fucking word means, do you, tinfoil? Do you fucking Becker? You haven't got a clue, you're fucking thick. thick as fucking pig shit. Brian still goes on legal raves. Brian still goes on illegal raves. Nah, I don't go. I haven't been no raves, mate. Brian still goes on legal raves. I don't got the fucking house, you idiot. I can't even hardly walk. Talking up your fucking ass again. Well, we've got some divvies on tonight. No for last night, Dead Man's Shoes, even though it's free on YouTube. Yeah, it's a great film, that. It's Paddy Constantine, fucking brilliant film. It wasn't cost. He's in it, Gary Stretch, boxer. He actually, I won't say what. It's really good. The twist in it is unbelievable. You can't tell you because it'll ruin it for you, but it is really good. I think it only cost about 100 grand the movie. Really good. The Stairs movie will out soon as well. And the other one's coming out, which is the other one going to be how can I go to raves when I can't hardly fucking walk? Paul, you got mental, Paul. Good advice to protect. Yeah, so you 135 people on 31 things, thumbs up. Don't forget to push the like buttons. As you know, it does the fucking trolls head in. It does, it really does. I wasn't going to come on because my dad and that, but he said, get yourself on, son, so he's watching anyway. Love you, Dad, all the well. Oh, Jamie, oh, Catherine, Jamie Lee, Katie, all the kids. My mum's had a stroke 2 years ago. She was in hospital for 2 years. Couldn't get out and over the COVID and that. Fucking nightmare. I've never seen her for two years, and I couldn't go for about another 6 months. You haven't seen me for 2.5 years, when she seen me. Oh, it was heartbreaking, honest. She was like, my son, like, all the shit she was going. Gabby Grey Ships. Hello, I'm an artist, Donny Boy ETO. Hit the like button, please. Free hit in way or out, please. Yes. Donna, how you done? I love you. Hope you're okay. Peter DeVox is a great lad. I don't always laugh out loud. It says most people who get one strike get another. I don't understand that, mate. Most people get strikes, get another. You have to have 3 strikes within 90 days. And to put 3 strikes on someone, it's a fucking nightmare, believe me. So you'd have to be really bad to get 3 strikes. When you get 3 strikes, you get took off completely off. Your whole channel gets just abandoned, and you have to start all over again with a totally different name. Or you won't get back on YouTube. So to get took off, you've got to be really, really bad. I've been getting took off now for 4 years after Tin Man. He's that's life. Nothing. I get these things called community guidelines all the time because I speak the truth on them. But they only last about fucking, I see 18 hours. You only didn't. That's about fucking 30 minutes or something. You're back on. You can't handle the truth, so he keeps trying to strike me, and I don't strike him at all. I'm not interested. But he just talks. So look, he never comes on anyway. When he does come on, he just talks. When he does come on, he's fucking smacked out of his head. Everyone can see what you are. I mean, look at the fucking Bishop Auckland snooker hole. What the fuck was that? Now, can any of you understand why I had to get rid of him? Can you imagine standing by that every day, like the same thing every day, and you're trying to talk and he's grabbing the mic off you? Just the fucking mic, what are you doing? Right, hey guys, my name's Brian. Hey everyone. He's like that. I'm looking over there. So what's he doing now? When I look there, he goes, grabs it again. Everyone, give the message. Give Brian the fuck. She didn't swear to him. Give Brian the mic. They're all going mad. You're going to get beat up in a minute. And Tony Green said to fucking wrestle him, take him in the corner and put him in the corner out the way. You're like a little naughty boy. So I've never been so insulted in all my life. He said that and walked in the corner like that, like a little fucking kid. So then he went and sat with Bobby. Bobby went like that and he was going, drinking the tablets out of a fucking tablet box. But they weren't for Dazzies because he took them out there. You buy them cheap strips. They're 20 quid for 20 buys. So he pops them out and puts them in his tablet box where I think he gets some type of painkillers. Some type of painkillers he gets. Yeah, so listen to don't strike people unless you Foxes, we don't like this. Yeah, he does it all the time to anyone and everyone. He's mental. But you've seen him on there. That was one night. That was the first gig we ever did, and we got paid good money off them. And the man said, I don't even want to give you. He said, I'll give you the money, but I'm not giving them it. Just tell them I've withheld the money. And you're not. The man said, I could only pay you, Brian, because you're the only one entertaining us. Honest to God, on Eli's life, my dad's life now, he's poorly, and my mum. He fell fucking asleep in the crowd for about 1.5 hours, like that. In front of 200 odd people and all the other people, and about 300 people with the people standing about and barmaids and all that stuff, and glass collectors and about 300 people, and I'm telling jokes, everyone's laughing their head off in there. And he fell asleep in the crowd. So they said, how can you pay him money when he's asleep in the crowd? So she went, his missus went, what's going on here? You can watch it now, it's on YouTube, but you couldn't understand what I was on about before. Now you can see what I'm on about. So he sat there and then they're drawing, putting pictures out on their own phones and dicks on his head, like condoms on his head and everything, dickhead, not that they call them. But they want to shave his eyes off and his hair off. And I went, no, don't do that, guys, please. Look bad on me. I said, don't do that. I wouldn't like that done to anyone. So even then I saved. And then another lad comes to the ball, then he goes, Bri, don't you fucking break his jaw in a minute, because he's really disrespecting you, mate. I went, no, he's just fucking daft. Absolutely mental, he is. And then another guy comes up who's a dog, and he said, I'll just bash him, knock him all the way downstairs, shot him in the fucking bottle bin, leave him in the bin all night. And I stopped three or four gypsies, beat him on the way out as well. And then another two lads outside were starting them with the woman who's going out, you looking nice, try it on with this lad's wife. And he went, I'll fucking punch your face. And he went, yeah. Couldn't even stand up. He stood with his thing out, getting pissed up against the bin, talking to people, turning around with his thing hanging out. I was thinking, it's a fucking vile thing, That's what he was doing. Disgusting. But we don't know who we're talking about, do we, on here? So you can't strike me. So that's why I got rid of him. I said to him, never again. She said, what's going on here, Emma? I'm getting loads of pictures of people from the do. Yeah, please tell me he hasn't done it again with the drugs. Tell me he hasn't overdone it with the gear again. I went, I couldn't see because Emma was on stage talking. When we were sat next to me with the red dress on, laughed and that. Everyone in the place was just laughing at him. We used to laugh and stop. And you get embarrassed for something, if it was one of your kids or something there, well, I fucking get you one, you little bastard. You'd go mad, wouldn't you, if it was a kid? But that's what it was like, a little naughty kid in the place. So we still paid him full money what we got. And he never paid a penny fuel. He never bought no drinks. He brought a bottle with him of Bacardi and drank it here. And then he bought another bottle in there. 2 bottles of Bacardi drank in one fucking night with 33 diazepam and 1 sniffed up his nose. And that's why we sacked him, showing I could only apologise to you and Brian and all the people in the place. She said, I'll give her a joke. She did. She said, I can only apologise. She said, this is why I'm going to get rid of him. She said, he's a bully. He's bullying me. He's bullying my son. He's just like his father, a fucking really bad woman bullier, and my child's getting bullied all the time off a big, massive epilogue off her. And then the next day she went, he's upstairs in the bedroom. He daren't come down. He knows he's done wrong. And I left it about 3 days. He come down and he said, look, how are you doing? You all right? Do you fancy going for a drink? And all this, like, not like, me. I'd go, look, I'm going to have to see you. I'd have to go and see someone and knock on the door and say, look, I'm really, really sorry. I fucked up. I was drunk. I was this, I was that. Can you take my forgiveness? Can I shake your hand and say sorry? I won't happen again. Not for him. He talked to me like 3 days after it as if nothing happened. We'll do another one that will make some more good money, that, won't it? And I went, look, you fucking cheeky cunt. So then we went to Sean's. He'd done the same at Sean Atwood's. We went to Jimmy O. Jimmy O tell you what he did at Jimmy O. Me and Paul Manioc picked him up. So I thought, I've got to get rid of you. You're ruining my fucking chance of getting anywhere in life. Ruined the BBC, Channel 5. I'll play the part when I get bummed in the cellar. Paul Sykes bent over. Stephen says, get over there, away from us. Get away from us now. And he ran the corner. He went like that, like a little kid again. He stood there going in the corner like that. And then he went, I've got bigger fish to fry, and ran out the building, ran up the street. Then we got on the train, and he got on the train. I said, what was all that about? I said, what did you say that for? I was just joking. I went, them people are from the fucking Thames. She lives in a £5 million fucking house, that woman. She does 500 documentaries a year for the BBC, Channel 4 and Channel 5. They're the creme to the creme, top of the top, like fucking royalty type people. I said, you've ruined the fucking chance there with the biggest ever film company in the world, the BBC. Don't you know what you've done? You've ruined our chance now. So I phoned the back up and she said, no, we can't work with something like that. Not comments on the BBC or something if it was live. it just completely ruined the channel. Absolutely ruined the channel. He said, we can't do that. That had been live. We didn't film it there. And he'd done that. We had about millions, and I mean millions of complaints all over the place. We can't take a chance with someone's volatile like that. And he said, what does volatile mean? I said, like it's explosive. Like when you set the light bulb, it goes up. You just go up, you like a tinder box. He didn't know what volatile meant. So the idiot. Zero, no, doing 2 months now. Looks like I can't understand that, mate. I'm going to clue what that means. 0 cows, I don't know what the fuck that means. Colin Maguire. When sorry, that was a mistake. I don't know. I'm lost with these tonight. Freedom, you're right, son. 0. Treble it, loads of pull-ups. Final sound, hi Brian, for the opening. My eyes about the decade and behind the 100% is full, starting at the shit with you. And then ideas about getting the girls that he has crimes against. Do you know what, mate? I wouldn't. You know why? I wouldn't want them to be seen on here and be targeted by people. Can I talk to you? Brian Cockerill did. I wouldn't like the person to come on. I just wouldn't like to do it. And I wouldn't like them. When Emma tells her story, she tells you, and I know she's bad for 2 or 3 days when she was getting raped of 2 paedophiles. And I don't like mentioning. Now and then she'll come on and mention it, and she's feeling really high, like good. But most of the day she's down because she'll have terror dreams of the rape. So I don't like someone to relive that horrible thought of memory, because it can flashes in your face, like the handle coming, like things like that will come out. She'll see get she's doing that as if someone's getting it. So I know what's happening. She's going to get me in the box, going to put me in the box. They're going to like hide her in the box and keep her and take her away. And she dreams that she keeps the monsters are going to get me. They're the monsters. So she's dreaming like a baby, like a little kid, because you said you've referred the country referred to her as a 6-year-old. So she's in there in her head. She's asleep in her subconscious. She's going, the monsters are coming to get me. The monsters are coming. The monsters. She does that and fucking fighting in the bed. And she's kicked me a few times. They broke my fucking jaw. But she turns round upside down like that as well in the bed. And then you'll wake up and she'll be stood like that in the bedroom, stood at the door like that. You're in a trance. Emma, come on, babe. It's me. It's your husband, Brian. Come on, princess. Shall we to bed? Come on. Nothing there. Yeah, I'm here with you. Scrappy's here. And Scrappy was there. And Eli's here. Bobby's here. Come on, back to bed now. Come on. What's happening? What's happening? Where she's actually in a fucking trance. She sleepwalks. The doctor said we went to see because of the trauma she has. Fucking terrible. And these scumbag cunts in here. That fucking fat balloon he goes out with, and that fucking ginger fucking gremlin he is. A gremlin, I mean. Fucking horrible. He said to her on the train, can you tell us exactly what they've done to you? I looked at him, I said, I'll fucking throw you out that train window in a minute. This is what he said after we came out with Stephen Says and Stephen Ray, the BBC documentary Jenna Hobson and the Channel 5 lead, I can't remember her name, she was a solicitor. And when he came out of there, he went, what did they actually do to you? He said, can you be more, can you give more details? I went, no, she won't be giving you any more. I lost my temper and everyone looked at me in the train because the trains are quiet now, aren't they? I went, no, she won't fucking give you any more details. I'll shut you out the fucking window in a minute. Fucking raging minute. Trying to get a traumatic thing to bring it back. And sitting on the train asking her questions, what they've done to her. You're fucking sick in the head, Joe. You are definitely sick. Definitely sick. And you know how bad she was because you asked her all about it. What's your worst two 3 years? Being raped, she said to him, and being in a fire. Because when she was younger, she was in a fire and she was in a coma for 3 months. She nearly burnt to death. Red car, when she was living there. So that's why he says, I'm going to burn your house down. That's why he says, I'm going to get you raped. That's why he says, I've got the lads from Gisborough raped you. Put the pictures them up and send them to her. You haven't got a clue, I'm telling you guys. You haven't got a fucking clue the turmoil and the fucking anguish and the pain which he goes through, Maid goes through for that dirty bastard. Because he thinks he's clever with his little police friends who hide him. They're a fucking disgrace. You Cleveland police are a fucking disgrace. You're a fucking disgrace, you are. Hiding a fucking numpty bastard out of the way who's torturing people. All you have to do is get his devices and look through the lot and you'll find everything, but you won't, will you? because a non-street fucking little grass is more important than some girl who's going to end up taking her life through that cunt. And then everyone's going to stick up and everyone's going to do him in. He'll end up getting killed off some cunt. Because he's fucking horrible what he's done to people. It's not just us, he's done it to loads. He's done it to fucking loads. Hello, Henry. I get Simon Page. So I'm sorry if I've gone on a mad rant, but she's not too well at all. Going to a place tomorrow where I can be pulled up, so I'll let you know. I get out. Yeah. Yeah. Just even if you can get a bar in the house, you can put it across your door if you're not too heavy, and you do chin-ups off that. You even have a tree. No tree in the park. There's loads of trees, and you see that branch will over me. You can do it off that. Even I tell you where the great place to go. The swings where the kids' swings are. Go on the swings. Put your hands on the swings and do pull-ups off the swings or the monkey bars in the parks. They're great. Just hang off there. Even hanging off for say 3 to 5 minutes is brilliant, because what it does, it pulls your alignment back out. So when you're walking and the tendons and ligaments, everything, you all start getting out of place. So when you're hanging off a bar like that, straight with your arms, both hands together, holding off, you're pulling out your shoulder. There's a little ligament in here. It goes. People keep thinking it's rotary cuff. It's not. It's like a little tiny ligament. It's on like a railway track, I'd imagine. So it's like there in that little groove, and it pops off. So you go your fucking shoulder and you feel like gristle, but it's not. It needs putting back in. So the only thing it does is hanging off the bar, and carrying 2 10, 15, 20 key dumbbells in each hand and walking about 5 minutes and hanging off a bar 5 minutes a day. It's just as good as any exercise in the world, because the walking, pulling your traps. When you're on there, you're pulling your forearms, you're gripping your hands up, your strength gets stronger when you're carrying shopping. Anyone like older, like the 50s, 60s, just start off 20 seconds, 30 seconds. If you can do a little bit of squats on your bed, don't do them stand up on your own, do them on your bed, as long as your knees aren't killing you when you do it. Squat on the bed, up and down. If you can get up like 25 reps straight off and do them every day, your legs will go stronger. So what happens if you stop using your legs? What happens then? It goes bone on bone. If bone goes on bone, you'll never come back. So if you've only got a tiny bit of muscle, just start doing body squats. But I stand, put your hands like that, squat all the way down, sit straight, keep your head like that. Look at a nail on the wall or a point, like a mirror or somewhere, whatever you're looking at, keep level. Keep looking at all the way back down. Don't do that when you're squatting. Keep straight all the way down, stand all the way back up. Squeeze your legs, go back down, sit a second, back up again. Don't just go poof up and down like a lunatic. Nice and controlled rhythm. And then 3 exercises. I'm guarantee you, within a month, your fitness will go through the roof. Your walking, your strength, your grip, even your traps, everything, even your shoulders, even your neck, all these here, the alignment comes back in, because your whole body weight is pulling it back in. It's like traction. When you get your leg, you get in traction. So you put it in traction, you pull it and pull it till it goes back into position. So if you do that every night, because when you go to bed at night, you're smaller than when you go get up in the morning. When you get up in the morning, you're taller because your body's gone back, you see. So all the vertebrae have jumped back out. But they're the 3 most important ones: the squatting, the carrying a weight, walking around with a weight. When you say you've got 40 kg, I'd say 80 pound or even 60 pound, you walk around 5 minutes with that. You put that down, then walk around without it. You fucking hell, it's easy now. That's what happens. You get stronger and stronger. And it's really good just to do 5 minutes, even 2 minutes to start off, a minute, just to do something. And if you're doing something, it's giving you a little, that obviously makes you out of breath as well, but it makes your hands really tight, stronger. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing grip with that. My hands have gotten a lot stronger. I've been doing dumbbells, just sitting, holding them, keeping my neck like that. Not doing shoulder shrugs, just holding them for like 5 minutes, and it's strengthening all my shoulders up. Shoulders are getting bigger. Everything's getting bigger because I'm just doing them exercises. I'm doing 4 exercises for 10 days. Then I'll go back to my training again. Then I'll do that training for a month. Then I'll go back to 4 exercises for 10 days again. So you keep keeping it up. So you're changing from like grip stuff and tension, and then you do a little bit of fitness. So if you're going in both exercise, both different things, a bit of fitness and a bit of strength grip, then you're going to progress. Steam out was a brand new mate. One old pilot bloke never to hit. Blue two was a bargain. Yeah, there's nothing better than because if you think about it, if your arm's like sore and aching, a lot of people what you do not sleep like that in the fetus position because what happened you put all the weight on that shoulder and it goes dead. And after time it weakens. And what happens if you've got all your weight on that side there, right? So all the body fat, all your body here, your belly will be pulled down this side like that, out the bottom. So then what happens is your belly goes out. Your belly is pulling your body out of shape. So instead of you being straight like that, the body here and the muscle sag down that side. So it's pulling you down. So you're walking like that, and then your shoulder will be up like that. One shoulder will be up, and the other one will be down, because you're in that position where, especially if you're a heavy lad, if you're a big heavy lad or lady, it's a fucking nightmare. So you need to sleep on your back. Try and sleep on your back, and then if you're in that position, you can breathe better and everything. But when you're sleeping on your side, the gravity pulls the weight down. So in time, over 10, 20 years, your body starts going out of shape. And so the best thing to do is start hanging off a bar, because that pulls it all back in. These are just a few tips tonight. Is that you, road raider? Off-roader. I'm fucking boiling, mate. I've been out on the window about 15, 20 minutes a day. Yeah, you've got to train. If you don't train, I'm telling you, you end up in an alley box. If you don't move it, you'll lose it. That's the old saying, you've got to move it, especially your legs when you're older. The main thing what older people get is knees, back, hands, arthritis and things like that. These help to alleviate all the arthritis because you're moving. Another thing is when you get up in the morning, you've got arthritis, do that 20 times, do that 20 times, do that 20 times, like that, do that, do them exercises, right, back, forth, do that, and then do the little, like you're in a rave. Keep doing that for about 2 or 3 minutes in your hands, and then your fingers will start moving better, because what you've got there, your hands, with being sleeping in that position as well, there's no blood getting to the hands, it's constricted. If there's no blood getting to an injury, it can't heal. The blood heals it, and the blood brings it brings the collagen to the area to help to heal it. So if you're sleeping in that position all night and cramped up, and you get up and you're on my back, my side, it's because you're sleeping on your side. It's lovely to sleep like that, but when you fall asleep all night, 6-7 hours in that position, all your weight's dragging down, so you're getting your body's getting misshaped. You see, look at people walking, they've got a bad hip on the right. It's usually the right because they're sleeping on the right. Because most people are right-handed, so they sleep on the right like that. So then what happens is the right hip gets weaker because the weight's pushing down on it. So the hip there, it's called the hip. You've got your hip flexors in here, and you've got your gluteus maximus, which is your bum cheeks. They get weaker on the right side. So the left side's getting stronger because it's in position, because it's there on the top, perfect. Where the other one's pushing down. So what happens? Your left side pulls there, so that you're walking funny, because that left side's stronger than your right. So you've got to strengthen your right side back up. But they're great for it. Squats, really good. Squats, because your body weight squats. But even if you get 1 rep, even if your legs sit on the bed, pull your legs out like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back in, squeeze, back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back in. Do that 20 times. Just flexing them. Dynamic tension, it's called. It was done in the 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Years and years ago, I used to watch the bloke, can't remember his name, Atlas, Charles Atlas. He invented it in them days. So, like, going there, say bodybuilders, all that posing, actually, when you don't know, and I've competed a few times, completed 3 times, when you're doing them poses, you're actually contracting and the muscles are moving, and you get them into positions, and you're doing your traps and that, so they're moving. So if they're moving, it's a workout, just a routine, bodybuilding routine every day, like the routine what you do on stage when you compete. Every day doing that. You see the lads backstage fucking knackered after doing that, You're on stage, there's hardly any water in your body, it's fucking hard work doing shows. Jacob Blinkhorn. Hello, Jacob. Good to see you, son. Spanner page, where's your spanner? I haven't got a spanner. I've only been on 35 minutes. I think I've been on about a week. Fucking side's killing me. I've got that cough there. Fucking vile, innit? I used to get another night, not Tipperfigs, what was that other one? Tipperfigs, go to the toilet in it. Bellum, is it Bellum? Bellum. Used to take it years ago. That night nurse, whoa, fucking hell, you'd have a like that, you fucking look at you feel like you've been fucking you feel like you've been up with tinfoil all fucking night taking that stuff. No. He's on the fucking mic, you've seen him, the lad's taking off him, Emma's taking off him, the church is taking off him, you just can't shut the fuck up, yeah. And Brian never shuts up talking, he went, neither do you, they all shout. Fucking shit you talk, give him the mic. We're going berserk. I told him that wasn't like yeah. He's on his line's making up. Trap Mafia. Go on, Trap Mafia. Puts fucking loads up Trap Mafia. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, there's another one where he's another hall doing the same thing. Talking fuck. Oh, there's a beauty going up where he's talking about me. Brian, the best fighter ever. You're going to see this one. Somebody else has got it. Somebody out there's found it from watching on the Jimmy O show, and they've took it off, obviously there. But I think Jimmy's fed out with it now, so I think that's going to be going up again. But the people have got it and know what they're doing. I haven't got a fucking clue. I wouldn't have to do fake accounts and all that shit. So it's going to be shared to thousands of fucking people all around the world, proving that he said Brian Cockerill never hurt women and children. So why am I hurting them now? But when you said it, it was 3.5, 4 years ago. You said it in the 90s. Brian's name was on everyone's lips in the streets. Brian never hurt any innocent people or women or children or kids. He only hurt gangsters or people who could fight or tax drug dealers. He was known as like a big teddy bear. We think he's a great guy. We love him a bit. And he's got so much good in him. We know he's done a lot of bad, but his name is the biggest name ever in Teesside. And that's why I'm doing the book with him. He said, everywhere you go, everywhere I go, people want pictures with him. Everywhere he's seen people want a picture with him. So why are you making all up now? Because I've ruined you, you daft little cunt. You've had to run from Teesside because I've outed you and showed everyone what you are and proved it with facts like the Decker ding dong. I could put loads more with Decker on, but they'd be like half truths. I won't put half truths on. I'll only put pure stuff on. 100% stuff that I know is facts, what's in the paper, or like and the so-called policeman or policewoman or what she wants to be called with all the bullshit. Just looks like a fucking idiot now, talking shite. Was kicked out of the police force for trolling people and was interviewed, not pulled in by the desk sergeant, not once but twice, for sexually abusing, allegedly, a police officer. So why would a young police officer come in and say, her or him on the desk, or if she was working at the time with him, because she changed the name from a man to a woman, that's what she wants to be, that's what we'll let her be. But she went and said, no, I wouldn't, you're joking, aren't you? Right? So she got suspended for a year. Another one's coming. I don't know if this didn't happen at the same time, I'm not sure if two came in at once. Another one came in, so I don't know how many days, whatever, I can't say because I'm not going to just say 2 days or 4 days or whatever. I'm not going to make it up until whenever they came in, a second officer come in and said, I've been touched up by the officer on the desk, let's say, the officer on the desk pulled in again, weren't you, Anne? Did you do that with such and such? No, I didn't. They set me up. Then there was you in, so Sean Atwood, you were asked, and you told that story what I just said, and then you went, and they said, there was a shit protest all over the walls, right? And she said, and then said, the sergeant said, I want to see you. So they had me in again, and they're looking Wildman and Sean, but not letting them know this, that when they said, can you come into the police in the office? Have you had anyone else in about this? She said. And the sergeant went, no, in her words. Oh, I didn't think you would. And I thought, yeah, you're right, Anne. It could have been anyone. I thought, she's right, it could be anyone. Really, you can't just blame her for it. But then we found out that you were the only one working that night. It's only a little Colin McGuire will probably know, because he lives with Liverpool. Bootle police station where you only worked on the desk, so there was only you on and the cleaner. So why the fuck would the cleaner start pulling poo out of my bum and throw it all around the walls or out the toilet or wherever they got it from when she'd have to clean it up? So that's why they said, have you had out to do with that? And you went, no. But there was only you in. No, there's no one else in the house. Sorry, there was no one else in the police station, only apart from you. There was no one on camera going in the toilets enough. There was no one on. It was only you. So it had to be you. It had to be you. Just wonderful you. Yeah. Fucking shite, innit? Oh, no pun intended. What a lot of shit. And you do talk shit. Hey, shitty hands. Shitty hands. Shitty hands. Shitty hands. Fucking shitty hands. So that's why I haven't been pulled into a police station to see if I've sexually assaulted somebody. I wonder what they think was there. What did he sexually assault? Let me think. Was it the Bobby's helmet? That was a joke, like the Bobby's helmet. You know his helmet? He must have assaulted his helmet. Sorry, guys. Too much sauce. I had too much sauce, to be honest. It was good stuff back in the day, not like now. All drugs are shit. All of them. I told you when you see that thing, there's a picture of him going up as well, where he's got fucking on it. Fucking what a fucking state he's in. How anyone would work with him, I don't know, especially when nobody's been paid for the book. So if I was lying about the books, guys, I know I'll go your heads in with it. If I was lying about the books, right, why hasn't he got the court and got me done? If I'm lying about these stories I'm telling, why doesn't he get me done for malicious communication and middle of the police? You phoned the police 16 times on me. And then he's going on about, because people are on about going to the police. Now, if anybody calls me a fucking nonce, I'm going to the police. I don't give a fuck if I get called the grass. I would rather get called the grass 1,000 days a week than get called a paedophile once in a lifetime, because there's nothing worse, and that's why you're doing it. So you expect me to sit here and not fucking do something about it when I'm getting called fucking in. But the thing is, I can't do anything at the moment, because the reason why is I'm still on investigation. So if you're on investigation against someone, you can't do anything until the investigation. Dumbo, fucking Dumbo the Turley. Man, the Turley, went to take the vice photo with the gas department. Fucking Dumbo the elephant. I can't be making no statements to the police. They're saying now I've made statements to the police. Now, under the law, right, if you're under investigation against someone, you can't make a statement against them until the investigation against them has been released. You can't make a statement. You can't say, oh, we need to this. I got done before. I told you about what the lads were. He tried to have a fight with me. I fucking slapped him and he fell on the floor, a red card in a road rage. I said, well, I'll get him done then. Like that, the cops said, oh, well, you can't do it now because we have to investigate you, which I know this anyway, already said that. He said, but when it's over, so anyway, when they found out he was lying, he lied all the way through it, like you've done. It's perjury and perverting the course of justice and wasting police time, a bit like you, Anne. So I have a fundamental right to countercharge you because you've made lies up about me and tell bullshit crap about me. It never existed. So then you'll get done. So it'll go in the papers. You'll be done and charged, and I won't be no paedophile. Because if I was a paedophile, I'd go in the courtroom and read my record out. Because that's what I want. I want to go to court. I can't wait to go to court. I'm begging the police fucking take me to court, and then I can bring you in, can't I? Because you've made these sexual allegations about me and these lies you've made up to the police and said I threatened your 13-year-old son. Then it was 14, then 15, then 16. And he said I went and threatened your wife. I was going to throw acid in her face. Well, how can I throw acid when my hands are fucking crippled? And then he said I was seen at your house smashing your windows with an iron bar and then pegging it down the road. What? I was in hospital at the time your house got smashed up. I just got out of hospital, sorry. I just had major operations, 2 major operations in 4 or 5 months. Left me paralysed in a wheelchair. That's when you called me. Then you called me a spack and a retard and a mom and all these names. But it's all there. All that's under hate crime. Do you know that every single one of them you've done, you can get convicted for every single one, singly, not one at a time. Every one, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. Hate crime got up through the roof. 88% of people are getting charged, and 89% are going to jail or getting found guilty for hate crime now. Because it's that bad, there's that many people take their own lives. So it's obviously the ones that are doing it. It's fucking the police station up because they're on the phone non-stop like the tinfoils, making lies up. All these people, he said he's done this to me and he's done that. So you're trying to tell me, say you're down the town and somebody says, oh, you're looking at now, mate, now I'm just with my wife. I'm just don't know trouble, mate. And he comes over, goes bang, bang, punches you twice, breaks your nose and breaks your jaw. No, breaks your nose and busts your lip. And you go bang, fuck off, you daft cunt, and break his jaw, smash it to pieces. One punch. So you're getting the police come and arrest you. Right, you're under assault for Section 18, wounded with intent. You're looking at 5 year here, Bride, for this. That's what it is with broken jaws, 5 year. Probably 2 punches, probably 8 year. And a fray, you get done from a fray in the street, fighting in the street. Section 1 is you'd be charged. You go to court and you get 5 to 8 year for the jail, for the breaking jaw and stuff and the fray. So what would you do then? You've got to give your version what he did to you. So what happened is he punched me in my nose and he punched me in my lip and bust my lip. I threw one punch, I retaliated, Your Honour, and I defended myself because the attack is the best form of defence. After he threw 2 punches, I wasn't prepared to take a 3rd punch because I was in fear of my life because of my injuries. So I hit him back, and that's where we are today. The judge would kick the case out. It would be classed as defending yourself, and that's all I'm doing now. If anyone goes to the police, don't be not scared of these daft cunts calling you a paedophile. Go to the police. You're not. I'll tell you what a grass is, right? You go and do a job. You burgle a fucking say, I don't know, fucking a factory, and you pinch say, I don't know, a car or something, or you burgle something in the factory, and you'll get caught with the item. You may get what he gets, and you get what you get. You share it, and you're in your car, and you drive home, and you get caught. Pulled where you get that from? Oh, me and John's broke into such and done it. So then John gets pulled in because you've just grassed him up. That's a grass. Yeah. When somebody says, when somebody makes a statement after getting called a paedophile, that's called sticking up for yourself and letting people know that the truth. That you're not a paedophile, you're not a nonce, you're not a rapist, you're not a wrongman, you're not me dressed up as a fucking. Can anyone in this fucking world imagine me sitting with a bunch of fucking no disrespect to you guys, but I don't like them. I don't like fucking Freemasons. I've never liked them in my life, and I can't stand the cunts. They're all coppers and judges and all that shite and fucking. It's not my game. Can you imagine they have taxman sat with a suit on doing these fucking daft things that they do? Whatever the fucking. I hate you. How would I get in with the Freemasons? The top fucking professional criminal sitting with the fucking judges and barristers and solicitors in a fucking Freemasons. What will my tracksuit on, my taxman hat, my fucking NFL fucking top? Are you mental? They're all fucking la-di-da fuckers. All like fucking shopkeepers and butchers and fucking bankers and things like that. Not my cup of tea. I'd rather be in the rear fucking dancing and getting off my head and fucking jumping about. I'd rather be there than somewhere like that. That's not me. It's never has been. Sitting with Freemasons. So that's all over the fucking shit. So what Freemasons are? And how did they come here? And where have you seen me with these Freemasons? Fucking shit. All the police have to do is go around all the Freemason places, see my name as any of these places are. They only have to ask. Do you know Cockerill? They're trying to see the Freemason. Well, I'll see Tommy. Tommy will see Johnny because he's in that Freemason lodge. What they call lodges. Only beavers live in fucking lodges. So can you imagine me sitting with police officers talking to the cops? Fuck off. See that Carol, I'm miles away. Carol, don't know which Carol. Hi, Carol. I love you all the well, Carol. Lovely lady. That fucking lady there got tortured for 2 years before we even met her off that fucking piece of shit. Tortured that lady and her fucking daughters. Do you know what? Lee's daughters, every one of them would knock him out. I'm telling you now, they'd fucking destroy him. Absolutely destroy him. She went looking for him all over. One of them, I won't say. She went everywhere and he fucking shit himself. He hid out the way of her. Fucking coward. He's a shit bag, a really horrible cunt. A real bully, a horrible man. His wife's vile. It's all coming to the end for you now. You can only do this for so long. The police will only help you for so long. They're going to think Cockerill's telling the truth here. He's done fuck all. He's sat in his fucking computer. He's not doing nothing. And it's still going on with him with his life. Saying he's been to my house again. He's done this. He's done that. It's all fucking mental. So we can't do nothing until they're released under investigation, which could be fucking 2-3 years. They're only doing it because we've got fucking charges on the police. We've got the police fucked. Cleveland police, you know you're in a mess. You're fucked with this case. We're talking to somebody high up who works for the police. against the police, or not the ones who do the police. They went for serious trouble here. 999 calls. You were already down as a vulnerable man in a wheelchair when you went in, because the scumbag got me in the first time. I had to go the first time in the rain. I put the videos up. You can see me going to the police station, fucking with my sister, Bobby, my sister, Emma got me into my sister's car. I had to go down. Said, well, he said, there's an investigation. We bypassed the police. We've got the. I said, it's all shit, Emma. She was going, oh, we panics in case the cops grab me, manhandling me. You know what I'm like. She said, if you fall, you could fucking die. It could kill you if your neck snaps. She said, why don't you just go in and get out of the way? So we said, okay. And we got there, and he's from Leeds, you could tell. I said, your son, Bobby's up 25, something like that. I went, you're right, son? He went, yes. He said, I'm Brian, you're all right. And he showed me the allegations. He said, look, he said, you said his books are shit. I went, they are shit. And he said, well, you said he's not an author. I said, well, he's not. His wife told me he can't type. I said, tell him to type in front of you and you'll find out. Easy to do. He said, right. He said, well, here's the other piece of paper. What do you mean the other piece? Well, there's only 2 pieces. 4 allegations of malicious communication. So I've been arrested for saying his books are shit. Imagine when I go to court with this, the judge is going to think, what the fuck are you playing at? Your book's shit. I've been arrested for that. You can't type. You're a liar. You do own with the money. And we have been to court. That was the 4 things. So I was arrested for saying we've been to court, which we had been. Marty, me, Terry have been to court. Not only once we went to court with Marty at the end when it opened back up, but we're on the court conversations with the judge, the civil court, and he's saying, I've been arrested for that. That's what I got arrested for. I had to go in. They said, well, what it is, it's wondering out if you come in by, say, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll just let you come in yourself. If so, we'll have to put a warrant out for your arrest. I went, well, come in, officer. I'll come in, like I said. He said, you know what? He said, He said, I've already spoken to the desk sergeant. He went, he's never seen so much garbage in his life. He said, if that's what people can get arrested for and go to jail, he said, you might as well just fucking shut the police station down, because it'll just be full of people every day. Your books are rubbish. That's called an opinion. You watch your film on the telly, and it could be Sylvester Stallone, a Rocky film, you in. Oh, it was fucking shite that compared to fucking Rocky 1. That's an opinion. You go watch up Middlesbrough play. Oh, they did fucking brilliant. I know they got beat 2-0, but they didn't have to put a performance on, hit the post twice, and they outplayed Manchester City. What a good game. Dead proud of them. That's an opinion. You can't have good opinions with him. As soon as you slate his work. By the way, I've got more books tomorrow. I'm going to be better. It's going to be The Hole of the Moon books getting banned. And that's no disrespect to Lee. That's for Lee and Carol and her family. So that's getting banned. It's never been written in the first place because it's full of fucking lies. That's getting banned. The Hole of the Moon and the other one he did. And then there's the DVD with the made a mockery of Lee again. So that's going, son. Love you, Lee, son. Your family are safe as long as I'm fucking breathing. Believe me, me and Emma won't let nothing happen to them. So, because I said that about his book, so they said, well, the desk sergeant's come back and he said, you're free to go. I went, I've only been in 10 minutes. He went, and I said, what can I do? Anyways, while you were in here, he said, while you were out there waiting, Emma was in first year, as you know. Emma was in about 20 minutes. I would say to you now, as an officer, because I've just finished this course, he said, from Leeds originally, so I thought you were. I used to work with lads down there. I was talking about Leeds and that was all right. And I said, he said, if I was you, I've just finished the 4-month course on this trolling. It doesn't get better, Brian. It gets worse and it gets worse. He said, what you need to do is phone 101. What I've seen on Emma's phone, the threats to burn your house down, the threats to have somebody come and beat you up, the threats to fucking rape your brother, rape your wife. They're serious offences. You need to make a statement and have him charged for it. He'll go to jail for that, you know. He said it's a massive. That's not just a little, oh, your books are shit. That's threats to kill. I'm going to burn your house down. That's threats to kill. Getting people to phone up, heroin addicts, and saying they're going to burn your house down and rape your wife. That's serious. Honestly, as a police officer, I'm telling you now, you need to leave this police station, get Emma to do it, because it's all mainly about her and yourself. Could go to Brian's house and beat him up, and that's giving you your name out, which is against the law. Doctoring you, I think it's called, and giving your address out, your car and your reg and everything. You can't do that. And then he's threatening them to go and threaten you And he's got all the other ones where he said, I got my mate 15 times to fight, I got my mate 10 times, I got. So he's doing it, pretending to be all these other people. But he said, even though he's doing it, he's still using somebody else to threaten you with. So that person's got nothing to do with it. But because that person's a fighter, it gives you dual arm with distress. Think, he's going to come to the door today, I'm going to have to be ready. So all that stress, dual arm with distress, the judges don't look very good on him at all. So he's complaining because you called these books and you said he can't write. But he's threatened that people can beat you up. It's not on. He said you need to form 101, which we fucking didn't. Like idiots, we didn't. But now we see them, the rapists, raping children. 30 years I've been raping children, putting them in cars, taking them away, going to graveyards, dancing around with fucking whatever the fucking as witches or whatever the fucking devil worshippers. Fucking mental. Fucking 20 fucking odd stone. I'm 19 stone now. You can see me a mile away. Fucking just you can't. I don't have to tell you. You know he's fucking mentally deranged. So I now I'm a devil worshipper, child rapist. I was raping a woman called Doris, 87-year-old. What he done to that old woman's disgusting. Well, she was 87 30 years ago. That means she's 80, 90, 100, 117, coming up for 120. So where's fucking a 117-year-old woman going to go to court? What is this? The oldest woman in the world going for the world record going to court? You talk that much shit. You tell them said it would be 40, 50, it would be feasible. But when you tell them saying she was 87 in 1930, 30 years ago, that's there. It's coming up for 120-year-old. You fucking bar me, you daft cunt. Mentally deranged. Mentally fucking deranged, you are. 87-year-old woman. Fucking hell. He did the same with Dale. He did it poor Dale. Man had cancer. I don't know if you've seen the thing with Track Matthew Pro, where he's going, I'll mull you with my left jab. I'll mull you with it 27 times that I fought in the ABAs. I told you I wasn't lying. It's all off you can see it off his words. 27 times I fought in the ABAs, and I'll mull you with my left jab. And Dale said, I'll fight you anywhere you want, you fucking scruffy cunt. I'll fight you anywhere you want to meet me, you little fat cunt. And he phoned the police on Dale and got the man locked up. What he said to me, he said, I'll bum your dad and I'll bum your dog. I'll shit and piss on your grave when you die. And he was sending him no coffins to the house, the mortuary people. He was sending ambulances, fire engines, the police and everything to torture the man. The man had stage 4 cancer, serious cancer. And Dale, being a fighter, beat it. He came on my show and told him, he was coming here, I was really crying. I said, Dale, I never threatened you. He was threatening Dale with me. And Terry and other people said, we'll come at the house. He said, I was sitting there, I don't need a taxman coming through the door. I don't need Terry coming through the door. Start trying to get better and torture, just like we get now. So it's not just us, honest to God, I know going about him, guys. I just want other people to realise how fucking dangerous this man is. He's fucking extremely dangerous because he's mentally deranged. He definitely needs putting in the nut house. Really, really does need putting away. Either an assessment of a psychiatric social worker or a psychiatric psychiatrist. He will definitely get sectioned. He's what he's got on his page will just get him jail. He's mentally deranged. 3 TS strikes together, Timmy B. What does that mean? TS. Because there's 3 all different. What he keeps doing with me, Timmy, he keeps putting fucking community guidelines. So I'll say, fucking stop. He was talking about Lee the other day, Lee Duffy. I said, fucking leave Lee alone. Talking about Allo, who had the fight with. Leave Allo alone and fucking Lee Duffy alone, you fucking scumbag. You've made enough money off his fucking name. No, leave him alone, you piece of shit. I got done to call him a piece of shit. He's obsessed with grassing people, and he's calling me, calling Emma, because she's obviously going to go to the police because she's not having it. She's not, why the fuck she's a woman who's done nothing wrong? She's not a gangster. Like your wife went to the police. She's entitled to go to the police. You fucking low-life, dirty bastard. And like I said, you've offered me out. I'm willing to meet you anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. You're fucking running. And you came out the other night. I just caught you back, right? So I don't know you're that thick. You went, and I'm just letting you know now. Belinda Doyle. That's you. Dark Bot Secret. That was you. I just it before anyone. I know how Shirley writes. I know exactly how she writes. She's fucking daft. The same shit. Big epilogues like that. Like that thick. Like a fucking Bible. In the Bible. By the time you read it, the year's gone. She's like, I'm going to tell him. Charlie, he's bullying me. Hold on, love. Fucking big, massive fucking epilogue, like fucking the 10 Commandments. Honest to God, they're a fucking joke. Oh yeah, the ones with Lee, the motion one's fucking vile. So they've got a picture of Lee, and I knew Lee. Fucking was with him for 3.5 months. And I fucking knew his voice was in me fucking ear, fucking talking all day long. Tell me this, tell me that. So I knew his voice was a mile away. Oi, oi! Somebody says that, and so that daft cunt. I told him, I said, I used to do this all the time. He said, on top. That meant, it's a London saying on top. He'd been in all them jails, so he picked little bits up from different areas. But the Teesside accent, the Teesside ones, oi, oi! And you can hear it. Yeah, I've got Jimmy G-Force. Oi, oi! In the Eclipse and in the fucking Coliseum. You put them raves on, you'll hear them. Big Bri, rocking it in the house. Big Bri, Coliseum, and they're shouting it. They're also shouting it in the fucking the Grangetown rave. Me and them that night, I had all my jewellery. I took them off. So I was going to fight with these two big lads from Sunderland. And they ended up being friends. One was a DJ. You can hear them. Big Bride's rocking the house tonight. All these fucking daft. Coming on Bastion, coming on Storm, the North East Finest, #1. So they're singing any songs about me. And that was fucking 30 odd years ago. Before you would even fucking left school, you little prick. You absolute prick. So we get in there anyway, me and them was with us. But he's never been anywhere like that. He did. So he's calling fucking Lee names and saying things what he done and what he done. So he's got this pictures going like that, and it's going whatever it's saying, like oh or whatever. And it's Lee's moving. It's fucking proper creepy. Like no, it makes me like fucking tears in my eyes because I look at Lee and I think you're torturing the fucking man. So it's trying to bring Lee back from the grave, like like he's not here now. I can think of his daughters and his fucking mum and that, and his dad. Obviously, they're not here now, but his fucking sister and things like that. Looking at it, thinking I'd hate that to be my brother or my husband, or if I was a woman or a fucking my kid or whatever. So he's got there going. A voice like that looks like Lee moving his mouth. It's just a picture, and this is how good that's simulating things. To all these things when they say, "Well, what Cockerill's done, or it's him," he'll splice things like he did with the court case. He got done for contempt of court for putting the video up of me and him and pretended he walked free from court. The judge done him for contempt of court. So if I'm lying there, get me done again by the police because you can, because you fucking did do it. The judge done you and said to you, Judge Gargan, if you do this again, you'll be charged for contempt of court. You already got done for contempt of court, and the thing was, if you don't take it down, every single bit of it, all endeavour to take every video down. Here I am walking free from court because the judge didn't go at the moment. It was in the Crown Court, but it was a civil court. So we're on the phone here. Well, Mr. You know what about? You can go as of now. But when he went, he didn't hear what the judge said because he left the conference. It was a telephone conference called BT Meet. So the judge said, Mr. Cockerill, if you think the one who's just gone said his name is relevant to the inquiry, you can bring him back in the indictment. But as of today, with his company, he's saying he's saying he's not the author, he's just a ghostwriter. So this is what he said. He's a ghostwriter, and the page was created for him as the manager of the company. He doesn't write the books. That was so he didn't have to pay any money. So we found out then, the judge said, well, Mr. Cockerill, we can't sue him because he doesn't own the company. And the company Mr. Brenton owns, 3 Ballinggate Pontefract, doesn't exist on the company's house. So I said, what does that mean? I already knew because Rob Holloway, my great friend from Birmingham, told me, and Dave Ashton was a barrister, and his missus, great lass, she told us. So you have to be in company's house to be a company, so you have to be registered. So therefore, when he said, I've just had a quick look on the internet search, and these companies don't exist in company's house, so therefore this can't go ahead because it's an illegal court hearing because these companies are not legal. So that's when they all got took down the book. So we went to Smith, as me, Marty Turner, Peter Robbo, Teddy Dicko, and Emma. I went in a wheelchair. I said, look, no disrespect. So I took the court there, showed the lady the court there, and she took every one of his books down for months. So some of the books are back up, don't get me wrong. The Lee Duffy ones, the Roy Shaw and all them, but there's no Teddy Dicko, there's no Brian Cockerill, there's no Paddy Maloney ones. They're Paddy's own books. There's no Martin Joseph Turner. There's no Laughter, Ladness and Mayhem. They're Teddy's books, and they're Teddy's now to do with him. So he's a liar. So he's trying to con you. What he's done is, if you see that you may see it, you watch an old program, you watch it on TV, and you can screen, you can push the button, freeze it, and then take a picture. That's what he's done. He's just got a bit where his books were all on at the beginning, a couple of years ago. He did have all them books on there. Don't get me wrong, he did write all them books. but you haven't paid no tax on none of them. Inland Revenue, HMC Customs, they haven't even seen you. The trading standards, they're still on you. So you're going to jail, you'll go to jail for all this, what you've done to people, and rightly so. And when you go in there, you will probably get bummed up the ass by Paul Sykes, but it won't be Paul Sykes, that'll be some big fucking black lad from Leeds or something. I'll fucking hammer you, and I'll fucking piss my fucking self laughing when I hear about it. There'll be a big gang of them. You'll be like a little fucking shithouse train then. You're a coward. Coward picking on Carol. 60-year-old woman who's got bad back, really bad injuries, fucking picking on her daughters, picking on her son, picking on fucking Emma, picking on Carol Edwards, who had fucking cancer, picking on Dale Brendan Hyde, bullying Terry Dicko by Terry Dicko's son, getting the police on Terry, getting the police on his son, getting the police on Dale, getting the little raggy, calling him a packy bastard and all that. Your words. Loveliest kid you could meet. I'm going to get him on the show and let you hear what he said about him. Then he drove past his mate and he went, waved him down. The lad was in a rush because, you have to get to school at a certain time, pick your kid up. If you're not there, the teachers go mad. So the kid's about 3 minutes late. So he went past tinfoil, drove around the corner and went up and picked the kid up and drove back slow. And as he waved him down. What are you doing? How fucking dare you drive past me without stopping? Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know who I am and all that? He thinks he's laid off. He's a daft cunt. Who do you think you are? Who are you fucking daring past me? He said, I was in a rush. I was late getting the band from school. There she is. She's fucking in the juniors. Telling people they have to stop for him to give him a lift. Fucking crank. Because the lad can't fight. The lad wasn't a fighter. You little bully. I know you're hiding for the police in the middle of nowhere in a safe house. And I'm under this fucking investigation for saying if you come to my house to hurt my wife, you obviously suffer the consequences. Fucking snap you too like a twig, you little skinny cunt. Well, fat cunt I should say now. He's put about 4 stone on. He's fucking humongous. Seen him the other day, a picture of him talking shite as usual. So where's the Paul Sykes movie, everyone, guys? My movie's done. I'm going to put the stuff up on Facebook. You'll see me in Birmingham. Well, you can't tell it's Birmingham. You'll see me acting with the actors, and them actors you'll see later on in the movie in November. The other one I'm in with Gary Fairby refereeing for him and little Danny Christie. Had a great day. Sean Atwood's there. He's another great lad. Fucking Neil Jackson. He went, I'll never work with him again. I said, where the fuck have you been? I'm 3 hours late waiting for you, Neil. He went, Ryan, he's had me in every crack house and heroin house and everything in Teesside. 3 hours. I'm really, really sorry. So I set off at 6. I got there was at 8. He's had me all over the fucking place, all over Middlesbrough, looking for drugs. He said, I can't afford, because if I get caught, I'll just throw them on the floor and I'm going to get caught in the car with them. I'm going to get the blame. I'll lose my license. I'll lose my job. And he makes movies, documentaries, and does books with Stephen Rafe. Great fucking lad. Love him a bit. He's not a fight. He's a lovely, lovely, likeable man. Not like a bank manager type lad, all calm and collective. He said, I'll never work with him again as long as I live, and he hasn't. And there's Paul Suggett, he's another one. Carol Edwards, you were trying to get the documentary about somebody else done. So obviously, you were shouting the lad's name off, and you thought we and Carol and Emma did it. No, you did it yourself. You had Paul Bryans inside a cell, but I'm going to be talking today live from the prison with his smuggled phone. So when you've done that, you've grassed him up, because somebody else went, oh, that cunt, because he's already on. Paul Bryans, I know him well. He's already on death threats from the Taliban type people. That gang, they've already threatened to kill him because he threatened them all in jail. So he's been on watch for about 20 years. So he's in a cell with a smuggled phone. So Tin Man's told everyone. So he's got his live, all the people coming on. And then somebody's probably phoned up and said, there's a man on here inside a jail. He's shot and killed 2 people and murdered another man. So the family could have seen anyone. So they've reported it to the prison. The prison took the phone off him and probably give him another 6 fucking years before he can get his fucking parole because of what he's done. So they stopped the book on it, because you're not allowed. Do you know if you kill someone, right, and you go to jail for it, you're not allowed to come out and write that book about that person, and you're not allowed to get any money for it. You're not allowed. And if you do write the book, you have to ask permission of the family. You can't do it. You can't just write a book. You have to have permission of the family in the Home Office. But you don't get a penny. It's like Charlie Bronson and their books. They don't get paid. They have an agent as a way of getting money back. But you can't just go out and do it. But that bag of shit, they went and smashed Lee's grave up. They put fucking smashed all Lee's grave up with that lot. Who's this cunt's friend? Befriended them, the dirty bastard. Went and smashed Lee's grave up. When Lee died, smashed his grave to bits. And the lad who did it was an Asian lad. He hanged himself. So it was Lee coming back from the grave, and he come back from the grave that month when I was just about to fucking give the documentary away. I was going 10, 9. She said, "What you doing, Shelley?" Emma, he's giving the documentary away. You do the one what you do. The book, sorry, Once Upon a Time. What you know? He hasn't got no words. So I phoned Rob Brendan. I said, "Well, if you let me, Rob, I can't trust him. I never got to read the first book. I trust you. I con the cunt. Bit of tax man talk. Can you do us a favour? Can I have saved 50,000 words to read to see if it's right? If it's right, I'll go ahead with the book. But I want you to do it for us, not him." "Oh, yeah, I can do that. No problem." I thought, "You daft cunt, give us that book." So he gives it. I couldn't see it. It was dead tiny writing. So Emma did a little magic. You could see the writing. It went blah, blah, blah. It was all about me and Lee. There was 50,000 words. So she came back on and went, "If you don't do that book, the argument what you had 6 months ago," this is 6 months ago, we were at Sean Atwood's. Because he said, "Can I lend your phone to Emma?" So Emma was arguing over something. I said, "Fuck off. You fuck off. And you fuck up." You know, you do. Back and forth. Emma gives as good as I'd give. No fighting, nothing like that. "I'll punch your face, I'll beat you up," no, nothing like that. It was all about just arguing over something. Like every couple does. If you don't argue, there's something fucking wrong with you. So he's lent their phone to download. But what that was all about, the con man, he cloned the phone. So he sent every message and everything said on her phone to Shirley's phone. They bought multiple phones. So Shirley went, "Do you know that when Jamie borrowed your book that day and Sean Atwood in the back of the car, I've got all the conversation about the arguments, what you've had, what you've argued over this and arguing over that." She went, Emma never hardly swear. She went, "I don't," she does now because of me. "I don't give a fuck what you do, Shelley. Don't you fucking test me. You fucking start out screaming. I said, "You're bullying me, you're bullying me. I'm frightened." Started crying like a little girl on the phone. So she went, "You do what you fucking want. You put it out there. That's called blackmail." So we had her on we still got us full lot. I said, "We'll put it out." So it's the next minute. She went, "No, just can't we talk?" I said, "No, we can't talk." I said, "I'm not lying about Lee Duffy. His family's still here. His mum and that's up there." I said, "I'd be a fucking scumbag. It'd be like Lee doing it to me. He wouldn't have done that to me. I know he wouldn't." So, well, that's good, isn't it? The 25th of August, I think it was. 4 years ago, she went, "Do you know it's his anniversary today?" And I'll tell you the truth, I didn't know. And obviously, I looked up to Lee and went, "Thank you, son. Thank you very much." So she went, what are you going to do anyway? "We'll just rewrite it." I said, "Oh, well, how can you when I give it away?" What do you mean give it away? I was going 10. Because I had all the stuff, 30 or 40, 50,000 words. So I was going 10. She went, "What's he doing?" She went, "He's got the book." He hasn't got the book. Don't time blag me, Emma, with all your bullshit. Don't. She said, "Annie, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send you an extract." That's a big word, isn't it? Sitting on you're great. You feel fucking great. Feel great today. Feel great for Carol as well. And Lee and that, they're proud of them. And the kids and that. So we're all a family now, all of us. So we said, right. She went, "He hasn't got it. Don't bullshit me." I said, Don't fucking bullshit me either, because I don't bullshit a bullshitter, because I'm telling you the truth. I've got about 40,000 words. Prove it. So I'll give it about 5,000. "Where have you got that from? Where have you got that from? Where have you..." Don't go and like fucking crackers. Charlotte Webb, hello, welcome to the show. So she went, "How have you got that? How have you got where that book?" I said, "Well, your boss, Robert Brenton, was kind enough to give me, I know what shit's there and I was. He was kind enough to let me read what was on it. And just to be quite precise, I ain't giving you no permission, and you're not getting the fucking book, because I'm going to give this book away now." "Don't, please." She said, 3 months of work, we've done 3 months. I said, "It's my fucking story, Lee Duffy's story, not yours." So it was all about the money again. "So we'll give you more, we'll give you 50%. I went, "No, don't no more. I don't want that. If you give me 100%, I would still wouldn't do it. I'm not selling him down the river for nothing. Go fuck yourselves." She went, "No, you're mental. The money we could make a lot of money off this. And why don't you just sleep with it one night?" I went, "Oh, you're begging ain't going to happen." I went, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's gone. And I had about 200 people on live. And they went, "Well done, Brian. Well, everyone in the middle were coming up, they shake me and say, fucking believe what you did for Lee last night." So all them things you do proves it wasn't about the money with you. And the books are going to be the one I'm going to prove to you again. It wasn't about the money with me. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to make a few quid. What, to sell your fucking friend who's dead 30 odd years ago? And so that's this is the main thing I didn't do it for, because he said Brian Lee was scared to kick the doors. And no, he wasn't. He had me doing it because he had a bad foot. And he also had me doing it because I was 24 stone, he was only 15 stone. So he said, big fella, get the key out. No, he said to me, what are we going to do here? It was a chemist. And there was a lad upstairs, shot, there's no fuck going to do it. She said, not going to get through there, big fella. So I got the key, like, what do you mean you got the key? I said, here. This big right foot. I went, boom, kicked the door, and my fucking leg got stuck in the door. And they went on top and left me. They ran off, left me the cunts. So I come round the corner. I was like, up on one leg. The leg went through the door and it came back on me and jammed my leg. And I went, help us, you cunts. And looked at the dee, because the lad smashed the window upstairs, which was the chemist's, because that smashed the police station just around the corner in Neston. And they ran off, the three of them. Right, and I come round the corner, one was on the bonnet, crease laughing, the other one was in the back seat laughing. Yeah, fucking bastards. I just started laughing. Bastards left me. And they were laughing over it. He was on top, big fella, on top. Maybe your fucking big laugh, the last laugh was thousands of pounds in the house. But we never got anywhere because the police were there quick, with it being a chemist. But he rented the flat in the building, this lad. He ended up being a good friend. Mally, the colony, he's passed away. He died and all from red card, great lads. What? So I give it away. He said Brian was kicking the doors in. I said to him, well, Brian, don't you understand? Look at how bad I am. I've been shot. He said, just half kick it and have a look around the corner. He said, no, I said, fuck that. Then it gives him a chance to get out the driveway. You just don't give a fuck, do you, big fella? Just don't. You always call me big fella. Never call me Brian. You just don't give a fuck, do you? I went, no. I said, that way you give them, if you see fear in your eyes, they'll come back at you. He went, you just don't care, do you? He just started laughing. He said, and then he said, I said, we're all right. So anyway, we were walking, getting the car now, we used to have a laugh. And then we were out one night and he was saying, Lee Duffy used to pinch out the pound shops. But there was no pound shops. The first pound shop, I do my due diligence. I always check things up. I don't just, like he was like a lunatic. So I put on Western Silton there was the first pound shop. It was by a lad, and I think he spent £30,000 and he made 90 grand. So he bought another two, so there was three shops now in Western Silton there where the fuck that is stand right down the country. And that's how the pound shop started. So we're talking about beginning of 1991, like March, April, May, June, July, August. I went to jail June. I was in jail 1 month and he got killed. He said to me, he said, I walk with you, big fella. I'm walking around, I feel like fucking no fuckers has a go at me. And now he said, 3 months I've been with you, 3.5 months, not one person's had a go. He said, usually I'll have like a fight. Carol said he used to have a fight nearly every day. He said, well, you've come along. He said, they like look at you and they looked at me and said, fuck, I can't fight him, I can't fight him, so we're going to fight two of them. So he said, it's fucking great, going not around with you, it's fucking great. He used to laugh his head off. He was very intelligent, very, very intelligent. I tell you what, if he was alive here now, I promise you now, that smelly fucking little rat, Lee would have went bang. He wouldn't have been punched, he just slapped the face off him, broke his jaw, let him get up, took all his money and everything off him, and then every time he seen him in the street, he wouldn't do it once, he'd do it again. He wouldn't have killed him, he'd have just tortured him, and I mean fucking tortured him everywhere he went. He could phone the police and they would still go in the house for him, put the police there. He didn't give a fuck. He would have battered him every day, and he was calling. That was what he says. In the thing, if you watch it, the thing, I'm getting like Emma, and the thingy bingy. What's that thing, Brian? What thing? The thing. The thingy with bobs. You know the thingy with bobs. And all the lads are laughing, saying, "You're right, Brian. The women are a fucking nightmare." What's that thingy thing? That man's name? You know that man? What man? The man you know. Well, what man? The man with the hair. The man with the eyes. Yeah, and the nose. Fucking hell. The man, you know, the man with the man thing, the man who we've seen the other place, the other thing, the thingy with Bob. Oh, my head fucking battered, you know, like when I'm talking to her sometimes. She's fucking absolute. Everyone in seen Eston police station open. It used to be open all the time. Used to be the petrol station on the left, Durham Road's that side, and then on the right side the police station used to be open. We're talking 30 odd years ago, you guys. It was open all the time. There was fucking loads of trouble in Eston. It was a fucking nightmare with Peter O and them about. With Peter O, Anthony O, Tommy O, always fucking fighting. Little fucking loads of top fighters up there. Fucking loads of top fighters in Eston. They were a little tiny town. Probably the most top fighters for my little area is probably there. The fucking another little friend of his fucking name now, he's fucking great lad. He used to Another good lad from there. Big fucking, he's fucking two lads. Thinking about, what do you call it? Oh, come on. Little blonde haired lad. I call him. Tony Boyce. Fucking, Tony about 10 stone. Little Cabau, 10 stone. They're the two, I'm telling you now, they were tougher than me and Lee Duffy. Tony Boyce from Eston and little Cabauer, pound for pound, would have destroyed me and Lee Duffy. You would, I'm fucking telling you now. Honest to God, they're the two hardest lads I've ever known in my life for fucking 10 stone 5, 10 stone 6. And they'll come at you and come. I mean, I seen him fight the lad one night, about 16, 17 stone, about 6'4". The lad put him down about 6 times and just kept getting together. He's another one. He's injured. Him and little John Costa, you would spar 20-minute rounds. They were fucking unbelievably fit. And I've seen that little Kevin. I was out one night with him. Another great fight was Paul Salter. Really good technical boxer. Really good friend with Peter Rowe. Really good lad. And Paul, I was going to have a fight with him anyway. Ended up shaking hands. But his brother, he was drunk one night, and we went out. It was me, Perry, who was best friends with him, and little Kevin. So he came over and he went, Mickey Salter, God rest his soul. He was a big lad. He could really have a good fight. So he stood there. He came over and went, "Oh, you're looking at it." And I've just got out on my home leave. I was in Wealdstone semi-open jail, and the divvy who said I'm lying about looking after kids. I was in Wealdstone jail, and I used to go out every day. Mark Steele was there. Johnny the Pirate, all the lads from fucking Gateshead were there. I used to go every day in the back of a van, get up at 5:30, get me breakfast at 6, and we get a lift out of the town. And because I got me first aid, I'll bring it on next time. I got me first aid. This lad was a training instructor in the swim baths. So there was a local swim baths. I think it was might have been Skipton or somewhere, just before Leeds. And they used to take us and drop me off to there. The manager used to let me work there. And I used to go in. There was a lady who was called Julie. She was the main swimming instructor. She was fucking brilliant. And she was like a tank. And I was walking down the thing quite fast because I used to test the water and everything, and the water, pH levels and that. And at first I couldn't do it, but the lad called Billy. He was a great boxer, only little. And he used to help show me the stuff how to do it. But my first job was coming in and cleaning the ladies' showers out. And you ladies are scruffy bastards, I'm telling you. The women's showers were fucking filthy compared to the men's. Disgusting, the things you found in them. Oh, fucking disgusting. I had to go in there with rubber gloves and everything. The men's you didn't. The women's are really bad. Honest to God, fucking terrible. And I had to go in there and I had to clean up, brush up, and then I'd mop it all, and then jet wash it all down, the jet wash and everything, and it'd be done. So I did 3 ladies, because it was like, ladies who play football and rugby and things like that. Oh, they're scruffy cows, you are, really scruffy. I said to them, and I said, "Can you keep them things in there?" And I said, "Oh, it's not used, put shot on them things, leave them in there." But the time of the month things, fucking disgusting. And one of them went fucking bright red. I thought it's there, got banged it right. Honest to God. And I went there. Then I had to come out of there and I had to go in. I had to do boxer signs, it was called. Called the lad Billy, who works in the centre. He's watching. Send us a comment, Billy. Love you, because he looked after me when I was in there. I used to put my steroids in these, in your little locker. So if they come down and search, because they do that, so let me put them in there. And Julie used to pick me up and drop me in the town centre. So I'll go and get a big Sunday night type dinner. And they used to bring me, she used to bring me food in, and the mum used to bring me food in. The other lasses who worked there used to bring me food in. Also, because fucking food in jail shite. And I worked there for about, 3 months or something. But because I was a training instructor, I did all my NVQs in Havrick. They let me obviously do it. So this lad jumped over the fence and did a run one night. So the governor Tasker, the one was called, but I can't remember the main governor. He was a fisherman. He said, "Cockerill, can I have a word with you, lad?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "If it's about grass anyone, governor," he said, No. He said, "Someone's coming in, crapping in the toilet, crapping in the showers. Get out. Can you have a word?" So I jumped on the table, dinner time. The schools looked at me and went, "Listen, whoever's doing that in them fucking toilets better stop now. Because if it doesn't, and I find out who it is, I will kick the fuck. You won't have to do it in there. You'll do it in your fucking pants if I grab you." Stop straight away. The governor the next day said, "Thank you, big lad." Cockerill, he said, it stopped. It stopped straight away. Just doing things I don't like it. So Anyway, fucking getting back to, so anyway, one day I'm walking, because I'm trying to go around to do the stuff, and I've got to go with old Billy, because we had to get the mats out for the kids to do roly-polies on, and fucking pumming horses and all that, some Tarzan swings and all that shit. So they're coming in. So I'm walking about, I don't know, 5-6 miles an hour, and quite fast. And I could hear this noise. And I looked at the side of me, and she's fucking swimming faster than I'm walking. I went, fucking hell. She swam for it. She swam from, she swam for the county, that was it. She swam for the county of Leeds. Fucking unbelievable. I couldn't believe how fast somebody could swim. I'd only seen them. When you see them in real life swimming, you can't believe it. And there was another girl. She went out with the lad who was there. They were both, them mountaineering things. You had a wall where you go up and you grip the wall, and you used to go up there. I couldn't go up the fucking thing, pull the walls out, mate. And they loved me because I was so polite and nice to them, and they were a lot younger than me. So they're all like 20-odd year old and that. And I was about, 30, 31, 32, something like that. I got on. So anyway, they wanted me to go in the water with the kids. So I went in the water with the kids, and I used to hold the floats for them and things like that. And the mum would come and say, can I just say thank you? The joy in my son's heart today. And I could see in his face. He loved it. I said, come on, keep going, keep going. And I'm not joking. The kids who were handicapped and the ones who had Down syndrome had more get up and go than the kids who were normal. It was fucking brilliant. And to see them progressing every week was brilliant. Just marvellous. Then it'd be the ladies' turn. And the next day we'd have the ladies and me and Billy. So Billy'd be that side. I'd be over here. And I'd say to her, like, one woman come up, put the gloves on her, show her how to stand, keep her head in, go to throw punch and that, and time them all the time. So to do it like this, I'd do them without anything, and then I'd no gloves. And then we're getting to progress with the pads. So I said, I always take people on the bag first, because you can't miss the bag. With the pads, you might miss and fall. So you better take them on the bag. So I take them on the bag and stand back, obviously, for that left punch, and then that right one. Do that, step from that side, and do that. I knew they were getting better and better. I said, you seem a bit angry today. She said, my husband's done me head in, more than that me this morning over this. I said, well, can you see his face? Yeah, I can see his face. I said, well, punch his face in right now. Hit him, punch him, hit him in the body shot. Come on, hit him. She went, yeah. And she threw about 25 punches. And she was like, knackered. She went, I feel great. I feel great, she said. I said, don't go home and do it. Then I'll get the sack. She was laughing her head off. Then they used to come in, and I used to have to do that in my dinner break. I used to do the the big machines where you put your money and you get your money, you get like sweets and stuff. The vendor machines, I had to check all that. I was trusted with money and everything. I've never stole, I've never pinched out in my life. Attacked drug dealers, I've got no record apart from driving offence. That's what I went to jail for, one thing, and he's saying I'm a paedophile. I've been done multiple times for assaulting kids and all that. Well, how did I get in there then? And also on my phone, if you put in Brian Cockerill speaks in schools, in that Middlesbrough Evening Gazette, you'll see where they're saying Brian now goes around, tries to stop kids taking drugs, and he talks in schools. So how did I get in there? How did I get in the swim baths for the kids? And also how I got in the swim baths for the kids. What they did is they have to like a DBS thing. They went and seen Derek, who was my probation officer on the out, and he knew me for fucking years. He knew, everyone knows Brian Cockerill. He went, oh, Brian, nothing like that. He said he helps kids all over where he lives. They all go to his house and everything. He said multiple people he's taken in and like steps. So I'm going to get the kids who I've took in. I'll get about 10 of them here, and you can see I'm not a fucking liar. Steve Mack can tell you that, because Ryan stood here, lived at this house, and the first thing he see me, and when he see me, he went, hiya, Dad, how you doing, Dad? And then Chrissy Ireland coming out, he was just saying, well, you were like a dad to us. Mickey Harrison's kids, like a dad to his kids. Little Bensley's kids, they used to stay at my house. So if I was this fucking person, why would all these kids stay multiple times over the years? Brown's missus, she stayed when she was a kid. Little Heidi, little fucking Mickey Flanagan. His 3 little boys used to stay on the weekend because he worked the doors. I said, I look after me all right Friday, Saturday, and he come round late on the night. I went, just let them stay the night, because they had like 2 sets of bunk beds. So the kids stayed. Never ever got accused of nothing, not once, until you come around, you fat little cunt. But it doesn't work, because nobody believes a word you say. You're fucking wrong. Yeah, so if you put in Brian Cockerill, Middlesbrough Evening Gazette, talking in schools, it's in that one. If you put it in Hartlepool Mail, Brian talking in schools, you'll see that the schools, it doesn't tell you the names, but it says Brian talks in school, blah, blah, blah. So I went in 3 schools. Tin Fellows were one school with me. It was in Thornaby. And the girl I knew, she used to rave in the club. And he used to have he was a 13, 14-year-old kid at the time. And she said, can you come in? I know you're not supposed to come in. But I said, you can come in because he didn't sell alcohol. So I used to let him come in. And he used to dance. He wanted to be a dancer, little half-caste lad. He was only 13. I used to give him 20 quid every Friday night. Once a week I'd let him in. And he'd come in, rave and do all the rave dancing and all that on the floor and dance with his mum and his relations and that. I used to give him 20 quid. I said, keep going, son. You can do this. You better do the Michael Jackson, all Michael Jackson stuff and everything. And everyone was clapping for him, everything. I said, look, we're going to have a stop now, everyone, with the music. We're just going to watch such and such dance. And then his little face light up because he'd be dancing in front of everyone, like on stage. It was great to help people, and that dirty bastard trying to say I'm one of these fucking Romans. Why have the police not charged me then? Saying that to people, I wouldn't say it to my worst enemy. I would never do it. That's why with Paul Sykes I say it because it's the truth. That's why I say it because it's Decker, because it's the truth. But somebody else gave me something the other day on Decker, about 4 things, and I went, I don't believe them. Like when I read them, I thought, I don't believe them. I'm not putting them on because if you put something on, it's untrue. You're not a Christian, you've been horrible cunt. But if you're putting stuff on about paedophiles, I know the Lord says, forgive them. I can't, guys, I can't. That's what happened to my brother. Well, when my brother was raped at 5-year-old and he took his life when he was 38 because it was in his head. And my wife got raped by 2 paedophiles. One of them got shot accidentally, but he walked out of a pub in Gisborne somewhere. Somehow he tripped over a shotgun. He got his fucking kneecap blow off, nearly ended up in hospital for a couple of months. Coked, odd, rip, Scotty, Mac, I can't read, Baker. My pal was pro and died. My pal was a pro and died, coked, OD'd. Rest in peace, Scotty Baker. Yeah, well said, Peter. It's horrible, isn't it, when your friends go, mate? When Lee died, I was in the cells. And the lad who actually, this is the story. So Lee's out. He's in the commercial pub. Was it the commercial? I think it was commercial. Was it the Prince Alice? It was one of them anyway in South Bank. He's in the pub. So my mate used to work in a government called Tony Tapley. He was a tough little cunt. And we were out one night. He jumped out of the car. I said, wait, stop the car. Ran out of John Black's car, ran in the back, wrestled the fox and put it in the bag and took it home. And had the fox for fucking years. He kept it as a pet. Fox bit him all over. And he still wasn't fucking mad. He was bleeding like fuck. One bit. It was like a fucking wild fucking Indian, one of them Indians. Fucking, and a great lad. He said the other week, if I see that cunt down here, I'll pull his fucking head off. And all the South Bank lads come on the phone about 3 months ago. He's chased for me as well. So anyway, I can't remember the story now. It was a Lee. So yeah, Lee's in a pub. And anyway, there's Dave Tapper, which is Tony Tapper's brother. They're from South Bank. Good, great lads. So I get padded up next door to Dave. So Tinfoil's trying to tell me about Lee Duffy, what happened to him in the pub 30 odd years ago when I was there. I was in the fucking area. I was in the fucking cell next door. I hadn't fucking done what he did to Lee. I said, what happened with that peddler tax on? What happened? He said, all right, big bro, we all right? You're not with it, is he? I'm a fuck. Don't be daft. Anyway, so I said, what happened with you? And he said, I was fucking sick of being his name. My head was done. And he said, so I went, he said, not many people know this. He said, I actually borrowed the money off Lee to throw the petrol on. You know what? He said, well, he washed the windows to make money, a window cleaner. So he threw the water out. So he sat in the thing, he'd see Lee, and I went, Lee, can you lend us a £5? He said, I can't. And he said, but I think you give him about £2.80 or something. So he went to the petrol station just down the road from where the pub is, got £2.50 or whatever with the petrol, went, Lee, he went, what? Swilled him with them big black buckets you get, like a rubber one with metal handles, one of them and the wood handle and the metal bit. He threw it all over Lee and tried to set him Lee alight in the fucking pub in front of everything. He went up like a fucking Catherine wheel. So Lee went, bang, hit him, broke his fucking jaw. I think he hit him twice. Made a mess of him. The lad never pressed charges. Just how this is like me. Lee was the same as me, exact same. Lee got arrested and charged for breaking the lad's jaw, for punching him. And the lad's trying to strike some match. I don't know if it was a match or a light or whatever. I'm not sure, or if he was trying to strike. But imagine being there and somebody tries to strike and you hit somebody, and then you get nicked and get remanded. Lee got remanded for it. He got remanded for breaking the lad's fucking jaw. But I was out then. I knew the story in the streets, but later on, he was still in jail, you see, Dave. But when he died, obviously, they couldn't press charges to Dave and he got out. Yeah, true story. But Lee got arrested for breaking the lad's jaw. We threw about, well, £2.50 is probably a fucking tenner's worth now, isn't it? So you imagine being like 10 quid with a petal through on you, and somebody should lighten a letter or a match, and you knock him out and then you get locked up. That's how Lee Duffy was. But Lee never ever made a statement against anyone. Never. He used to say to me, "There's no such thing as grass in the grass." So what does that mean, Lee? He's a lot more streetwise than me, because I didn't do nothing. I was like a fucking namby-pamby compared to me. I was always like, I could fight, but I never burgled places, a rob place and that. Hey! Stop it! So, because the cars went by, as soon as he hears cars, he's ready, for dibbies. Murphy's Law, Red Dawn, respect, taking Murphy Law. Jeepers. Yeah. So anyway, next minute, so he got off with it, the assault on Lee, but Lee wouldn't have wanted to go to jail because he liked him, but he was just fucking, lad was poorly at the time when he did it. But Lee, after that, I remember Sean Day talking to me the other week, he went, Lee got the blame for everything for about 3 years, and I said, yeah. And you know what? Big Brian Flaherty got a car called Ringers. What you do is you take the tag off and you get somebody else to reprint it on for you. I've got a mate who was fucking genius. On the Cosworth, there's 13 tags. Cosworth come, and the cop said, is this your car? The Cosworth people come, went, no, it's not ours. It fucking was. But he was that good at doing them. 13 different badges on them, like tags. I think it's 13 on a Cosworth. And he took them all off and put the different one to twin it up type of thing. And they couldn't say, we can't tell. No, it's not ours. We've got proper people, not bullshitters like him. Bedroom painting, laugh out loud. Bedroom painting, I know what you mean. Oh, your bedroom painting, sorry. I tell you what, I like Bob Ross. Have you ever watched Bob Ross from the 1960s, 70s, and he put a little bit of crimson? And you listen to him painting, you can fall asleep, just therapeutic, fucking brilliant. People have got paranoia, people have got depression. He's fucking great, he is. Yeah, Paul State for Lee. He got nicked, so he said, you can't grass the grass. So what does that mean? Lee? He went, well, if somebody makes a statement about you and you make one back, that's not grassing. You're protecting yourself. You're giving your version of the facts. So because I give my versions of the facts, like me and Steve and all them, and all the others have been arrested. We are grassers now. He's calling us grassers for fucking standing up for yourself, saying no, it never happened. This happened. Officer, I went down that way, and he came in. That lad came in. I seen that lad because you're giving your version to get yourself not go to jail because that cunt's trying to get you jail, and you give your version. He's calling us grassers now. Mate, vodka ice pop. Oh no, fuck that vodka. It's fucking horrible. Horrible. Women love gin, don't they? Women's ruin or something it's called in it years ago. Yeah, so Brian Flaherty, I was telling you that. So Brian Flaherty, so the cops have just been round ringing cars. So Brian had a van, a ringer, and it was a good van. It was worth about £5,000, but it was a ringer, stolen, doubled up. But they were on him with the VIN plate. That's what it's called. The VIN plate wasn't right somehow. Anyway, he said, "Who did you buy that off?" He went, "Lee Duffy." And he looked up the Lee and said, "Cheers, Lee," because Lee would have been pissing his pants, like that. "Who'd you buy that van off?" "Lee Duffy." Or somebody would come to the house and say, "I've just found a gun under your bath." I went, "Oh, I don't know. Lee Duffy was in my house." He said, he must have put it there because I haven't been in that bathroom for 3 months, not like that. I've been in the toilet. But Lee went in there. So Lee got the blame, but Lee would be like that. The coppers, fuck you cunt. He fucking hated coppers. But he never ever fought back to the police. He said, "Stop fighting back, then you're going to get more." He said to me, he learnt me this. He went, "Say you have a fight with someone, fucking knows it, you have a fight with someone, you break the jaw, you're up for Section 18 or whatever, right? Then you have a fight with a copper, makes it 10 times worse. Just don't fight with the cops, just go in the van with them and sit there, because the last thing you want to do is get off for that. And then getting it for the fucking, you keep getting done for fucking kicking the van doors off. I know it's fucking impressive and all that, but it's getting you charged and you're getting more record. If you just sit there and let them do the stuff, you get out a lot quicker. Because what they are, they're more frightened of you than they are me, because they know their strength. He said, I just go in the van with me. He said, I don't kick off because I know if I hit whatever, you're going to get loads more jail. And he was right. You better just let them arrest you and just go like I did last time. I'll smash your fucking head in, you daft cunt. I used to scream at them in the street. I hated the cunt. Really did. Watching all the old gangster films. Yeah, Brian Flight was a gentleman, absolute legend. Brian could talk you out the pub, and you'd feel fucking bad. You know, if I'd come up to you, I'll knock your fucking teeth out. You go, no, leave a big fat outside. I said, get yourself up. Come on, you're drunk now. Come on, you're going to get locked up. See them two there? They're two police officers. They'll arrest you. You'll end up getting the cells all night. You'll have no Sunday dinner tomorrow, and you'll be looking at maybe 3 or 4 years in jail. Is it worth it, son? I'll get you a taxi. Get him in there. Where you going, son? Put him in. Get in the car. They come back the next day and say, Brian, can I have a word? 50 quid there. No, I don't know money. He said, no, there's 50 quid there. He said, you're right. I'd have been locked up for it last night. Fucking stupid. I'm back drinking and fucking daft coke again. And he was so good, Brian. But I would go in after, I'd knock 5 or 6 people out. But he could talk them out without fucking throwing a punch. He was fucking brilliant. Hit the like buttons, you're getting told by ram raids and you don't want to fuck about with them. I'm telling you. I'll give you your address. I love your ram raider, son. So, call me a paedophile, you know, like dirty fucking wronging. Just because fucking Anne's been outed, the truth about her, or him. Fucking hell, you went to court with him, or her, whatever it is. I don't want to call him or her. He, she. If you went to court with that, what is it here say? She said, he said. You wouldn't have a fucking clue, would you, in the courtroom? Bin plates, that's right, mate. And you change the bin plates. But you can't do it now. Fucking nightmare. They're not just on the floor, though. They're down the sides. Or in a Cosworth, they're everywhere. They're fucking up. I'm sure there's 13. Craig Howard, you're on about, aren't you? He was the one that did the cars in Eston. Yeah, Craig. Simon Page, do you know Craig? No, I know Craig Howard from Eston. No, Craig Howard was the best car driver ever, apart from like Adrian Horsley and the other ones where we used to go rally, like off-road rally driving. Craig Howard and Bam Bam were the best two drivers. But Craig was like a total different level from Bam Bam. Bam Bam could drive great, but Craig could do anything with the car. He was fucking unbelievable. Honest to God, he wasn't where Bam Bam was more reckless. Where Craig, he knew he never crashed it out. Where Bam Bam crashed quite a lot, but Craig didn't crash. He'd go on like racing circuits and race like pros and all sorts. He was fucking brilliant. He was the best. He was the best on a motorbike. And the other one, I can't remember his name. Sean Dale, remember him? He was on it, and I can't remember his name now. And the cop said, "We're going to kill you. We're going to kill you." Anyway, one day they couldn't catch him on a bike, so they deliberately pulled out and wiped him out and killed him. He got fucking killed in full cunt. He was a great on a bike. Bam Bam was great on a bike as well, and Craig was. Lee, he was a great fighter. Dave Williams from Red Case, fucking monster. 18, he had 2 fights with Peter Rowe. Peter said, I tried my hardest, but I couldn't beat him. He was just too strong for me. He said, you beat me in about fucking 30 seconds. You destroyed him, he said to me. He said, when I went in, there was little, what's it called, that pub? And Eston on the left, Steve. Upstairs you went. Went there, and he was there. Little, Anthony O was there. What else was there? Peter O was there. And he was there, Dave Williams, fucking monstrous. Like, won competition, all that. Multi-millionaire, his dad owned half a Redcar. And I beat him in the seafront. Emma was there, fucking destroyed him. Picked him up and threw him right over the top of a car, about 18 stone. And I popped my fingers at his eye, and popped his eye. His eye was fucking pouring of blood. It was like no Vincent Price movie. His eye popped. And he lost his sight for 10 days. And his dad come back from America. His dad used to bring Tom Platts over and Tim Belknap and Bertel Fox and all them used to come because his dad was a multi-millionaire. And his gym was the first gym, like the American gyms, in the Northeast, or probably one of the best in England at the time. It's fucking brilliant. But he was a nightmare. You had to make sure you had to put the collars on, which is right. Because I've seen people put 3 plates on one side, start talking, take one off, and the fucking not go flying in the air. So, for safety-wise, he'd make you put the collars on. Some people can't bench with the collars on because it's an extra 11 pounds, I think it is. 5 kg each, so you're talking 11 pounds. So it's a big lump. So people get 3 plates and bench for the 3 and look great. But they have to put 2 plates on, a half and the collar and the thing is so it looks so big. So Shutty, Mark Shuttleworth, he was strong. Mark were the strongest in the gym. I had every record, and then when I went, he got all the records, Mark later on, but I had all the records in the gym. best bench, best squat, best deadlift, everything, best shoulder press, dumbbell flies, upright rowing. I was curling 140 key for 10 reps, cheating, barbell, but even picking it up off the floor is ridiculous. I was close grip pressing 420s each end, which is 160, and the bar was an EZ bar, I think they're 10 key, 170 key plus the collars, 175, 180 key. Because on a normal bar, if you do that, they'll snap your wrist. So you have the EZ bar, it's like that shape. So you can press. You can't do it close grip. Because I'm doing one, I've only got 2.5 plates. You went, oh, is that all you bench at 2.5 plates? No, that was me doing close grip bench press. Then you see me come off and do tricep push down. People just talk shite. Michael of the Mouse. Oscars, that was it upstairs. 10 out of 10 for T-Mac. Give that man a cigar. Amelia, give him a bat. Any beast fucking cheek, give him a slap. The Uncle Brian said, I'm going to give you the bat. Give him a fucking bat if he starts his cheek. And that's from me. I know where you live. Yeah, he's a good lad. He's come round to help me when I was fucking struggling with all them scumbags. And Steve Sharon, and I can't thank him enough. And little Chrissy Ireland. And Steve Sharon's mate come. There was loads of all the travellers the other week said, look, do you want us to come and stay at the house with you? We'll stay 24/7 as long as you want. Travellers from Darlington. I went, no, guys. Said, no, well, what we'll do, we'll bring a caravan. We'll put it on the fucking thing across the road and we'll just sit there. And if any cunt comes, we'll throw them in. I said, no. I know they are anyway. We know it's that cunt. We know it's that daft cunt. So the fucking few. And the travellers, thanks to ones from Doncaster as well. All them lads and lads from York. It's just that fucking PP. Thank you very much, brother. Exposure TV. All you guys on here for Autistic Man. All you guys for helping us. You've been great. I don't think we could have got through it. I've been like up and down the last couple of weeks, me, where I'm like gone in the head, like really in a mode where I'm going to go and fucking do something great. Absolutely fucking gone. Like, gone like the old me. Just want to wipe people out. But she's going, yeah, and you're going to get 10, 20 years for something over a piece of shit. What's mad in the 80s? Yeah, the 80s was mad. But it was more shooting in the 90s. Definitely more shooting in the 90s. Because the 80s was more... probably 84, 85, 85, 86, 87, the ecstasy come out. And in the 90s, everyone was on it. So there wasn't as much. But there was a lot of bad violence in the late 80s, very late 80s, 88, 89, 90, 91. They said to me when I got out in 1990, when I got out of jail, he said, you were only out 3 days. You caused a fucking riot. Bam Bam's with us. You caused a fucking riot in the streets. You caused a riot in Durham jail. You caused a riot in fucking Havrick. You caused a riot in fucking Wilson nearly. They all kicked off. He said they all went on the roof in fucking Durham. So everywhere you go, you cause fucking mayhem. It's not because people love me. Because I'm respectful, they'll back me up. No matter where I go in the country, people love me, know me, because I'm not a fucking wrong'un. Never have been, never will be. Anyone who can sit thinking about children and want to do things to them, the one putting in the ground. But anyone saying to someone, this person's this and they're not, they're just fucking sick in the head. Well, see, Middlesbrough, if you put in the papers, I'm not trying to ball people up. I mean, I just live up the road. I was always in what I've done the doors. I used to do blazers for Tracy and Mark. I used to have it, passed away now, God rest his soul. Barry Faulkner's brother, Barry Great, I used to do the door for him and all. So I did work and I used to pop in. I used to have to stand, but he was fucking funny. He was like Chubby Brown, fucking hilarious. He wouldn't let me. Him and his son, I'd go in the Newmarket. Oh, because it was an arsehole who was nonsense. You know what I'm about to say. His fucking dad used to go in about 20-handed. So I went in one night with a few Asian lads, renting them. And he was there. I went, you fucking come in here and disrespect him anymore and I'll wipe you out in front of all your daft muppets here. Never went back in. Then he did it again in Barry's. I went, you leave Barry Faulkner's club, the one in the town state, the big one. I said, don't come back. You're not allowed in here. I said, I'm running the door. And I wasn't. It was because Mulcast Steve's a great lad. He worked it on. He said, when I used to watch you train, Bry, he said, I watched it and think, how the fuck is he benching 5 plates each end for 10 reps, then putting it back on? So, all right, Steve, you all right, John, you all right, Tom? And then there was a lad there, he was Mr. Olympia, Steve, can we set a name? He knows him. He worked on the door, and That laddie's mate, he worked on the door in Redcar. I can't think his fucking name. He snapped his tricep. He was American. No, his bicep. He snapped his bicep doing curls with a fucking elastic training band. And he was going to go on stage. He was only 40 naps stone, but his fucking physique's unreal. Brilliant physique. Black lad from, I can't remember where he's from now, but he lived in America with this girl. So Don Williams is funny. Dave Williams was the best fighter in that way. He never lost a fight for 12 years till he fought me. So his dad, he's dead now, his dad, God bless him. So his dad, this girl come in, and she was beautiful physique, brilliant body and everything, competing and all that. So he went, Leah, Kinyel. So she's got 320s each end. She weighed about 8.5 stone. I went, what the fuck's she doing here? 320s is about 140 kg in it. So it's 280. So you're talking about 380 pounds in the collars. You're talking 320 pounds. She's about 22 stone. She only weighed 8.5 stone. She come on there, and what she did is she had a lot of people what they do. I used to just like the barmy. A lot of people like getting a foam around it. I put the foam on the neck, and I've used that. I used to get the back half of it on my back. You get more range of motion. So she went on there and got it and did 4 reps. I'm not joking, 4 reps, and touched her up with it. And then Bucko was a great lad. Tony Bucko worked the dormant. So he come in, we're all watching him. They were like superstars to us. I was only 20 years old, 21, 22. And Liz used to train with Bucko. She was a brilliant bodybuilder as well, really good. From Gisborough, lovely lady. She used to help me all the time with food and that, because I didn't have a clue what to eat properly. About 20 years old, we looked after us like a mum type of thing. And she was saying, it's not the way you do it, son. It's the way you use the weights. It's not all about the weight heaviness. It's the way you use it. You know, the big heavy weights are good now and then, but you need to contract, and she started teaching me all that stuff. But anyway, this woman did it anyway, so this 300 odd pound. So Don went, I could do that. Look, I said, I'll bet you 100 quid you can't. She went, no, then put it on. I said, Don, don't. He was all fucking 60 odd year old. I said, Don, just fucking, you won't do it. Of course I'll do it. It's 100 fucking quid. You greedy bastard, like. Anyway, the bet's on 100 quid. He got on the bar, and collapsed, fell, and fucking nearly broke his legs. Honest to God, he get the fucking floor like a ton of shit. And he went down, shouting, really, that was that heavy. I fucking warned you not to do it, you silly old bastard. Fucking, I wish we had that on camera. Yeah, the things we used to get up in the gym was hilarious. It was fucking funny. Mark Shuttleworth was a good kid. He wet the doors and that. He was good friends with Peter. Really good friends with Peter. Lee was going to have a go and said, have you been training with Peter Rowe to fight me? He said, yeah, you have. He said, yeah. He said, well, I respect you for telling the truth. That's what Lee was like. He ended up shaking his hand. Because he was supposed to him and Peter have a fight, but it never came off in the end. Half the time, these fucking things are he said, she said, he said, especially when somebody's in jail and somebody's out of jail. People talk shit in pubs and it goes back to him, and she says something different than that one. Yeah, could be all night. He went, blah, 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 like a fucking ball of shite. But he brought another bodybuilder, I missed him, called Tim Belt now. He was Mr. Universe. He had diabetes and he was still Mr. Universe. Brilliant boxing bodybuilder. Steve something. I know I'm going to get Lee Little on again. Lee's fucking brilliant. Lee was Mr. England, Mr. Short England, and Mr. Overall, and Mr. Everything in the DDL, which is brilliant. So he was on stage. He was like Sean Ray, I think they called him. He was like him. Fucking brilliant bodybuilder. I met Lee when he was 15. I was about 17, I think 18. I met him with Mickey Storr in the gym. We've never ever. He worked the door for me. He used to work for the little fellas, allegedly. Run about all over, ran away, put it in such and suches. Come back the next day, have you got that? Yeah. That's 100 quid, thanks. I wouldn't have to count it because I just knew he was right. I trust him like real life. I never worked with mugs. I only worked with professionals. Never got caught. One lad got caught with 9 ounces of speed. For 2 years. Made sure he got looked after in jail. Another one, a girl got caught with 16,000 and I had to pay for them back, but we've got somebody else to say. Somebody put them in there, blah, 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 and she got off the girl anyway, but I had to pay the fucking money back for the they were 4 quid each. That was a lot of fucking money to pay back, but the lad let me pay back in instalments. That's what they do. You'll get something off somebody from London or something, 100 grand. I used to always pay. I never ever paid, even though I had the money, I'd never pay the money up front. I didn't trust anyone, no one from out of town. And I would rather somebody bring the gear to my town where I live than me go for it and I'd rather pay an extra £5 to someone to bring it to me in my area because I know where I live. I mean, my mum would have like certain ways we do things, you know. We'd swap it to one can and another can and go in the house, and then we'd have somebody out the back and throw it over the fence, and they'd go. So if the cops were following us, they'd follow our cars. By the time they got to there, we'd have somebody else out the back, his mum's, and we'd throw it over the fence, and they'd get the car, and then he would drive to another car, and they'd go to another car, and they wouldn't have a fucking clue where it is. But it cost us maybe £4 or £5, but you're making £30 off the parcel. So why take a chance for £5 when you're going to be safe? Why be greedy and think I'll get 30? You can make £100 a month. So these daft cunts, they do it themselves. The drug dealers, they're running around in a council estate, living in a council estate, and driving a £100 car. And they're on the door, they're signing the door. They're fucking mental. They're running out 30 grand chains on, 20 grand watch. Look at me, big drug dealer. Look at all the stuff I'm doing. What do you think I do for a living? Fucking hell. Get an old banger, £300 car. Try not to talk me that. It's not the fucking money you're making. It's being to keep the money, put it away, and be able to spend it, not showing off. Oh, for 100 grand. Why did he like show off 30 grand fucking chain, 25 grand watch, all that? Because when you're off a council estate, you've had fuck all as a kid, you show off a bit. When you're young, you do it. Everyone does it. Hat trick. Silver feather. Yeah, Peter does. Yeah. Oh, Jorginho was a great player, and so was Ravanelli, and so was Emerson. But when they had the sex with a 15-year-old in the fucking, this is why they all left. I know because I had the fucking doors. They had sex with a girl. She told them she was 18, but she was only fucking 15 in Stockton, in Redcar, in Giovanni's it was called. And all the Italians used to go there, and the football teams and that. And the three of them gangbanged over the night. If she let them do it, she got pregnant. And that's why all of them, within a few months, fucked off. And what happened is the lass was from this area. And he was seeing a lass from this area, sorry. And the husband went around. The lass used to work for the local radio station. And the husband come round and battered Janino, fucking knocked him straight on his, sparked him, only like that, little, about 5'4" something, and knocked him out. But he didn't, the police come, he wouldn't press charges because it would have been all the papers. But I only lived Emerson lived across the road from me. Right across the road, Emerson lived, Kelly, fucking ignorant, horrible ignorant cunt. Big, massive one about satellite in his garden before he talking what? 20 odd years ago, maybe more. And he had it in his front garden, and it was interfering with other people's tellies and everything, so they're all moaning about it, the people in England Barwick. So he got a warrant off the council because he was picking up, obviously, stuff from Brazil and stuff, but they all had sex with a young girl, allegedly, and they all fucked off within a couple of months. Every one of them left the area. They all fucked off. But there was a camera in there with the bonnet, and it got took down and it wiped off. She never went to the police or anything, but it was all the doorman knew and everyone worked there. Mickey Starr was there. Little Gino, he knew about little Gino. He's Italian. Oh, hat trick. Yeah, I like that one. It was a hat class. Scored a hat trick. Yeah, fucking, these little skanky ones who fucking sleep with anyone with a big name. One of them she was. She never went to the police, never went on like that. But yeah, he got knocked out. The daft little cunt, fucking spark rolling down like a bag of shite. Get you up, you cunt. It was the biggest lad, you get him and all. Yeah. When I come out of my house, because the house I lived in was only 60 grand then, I bought it for 65 grand. I got it for 65. I got it for 64. That was it. And I lived there. And it was next to a school. There was a school that side, and it was a fucking nightmare. So I stayed about 3 years, and the road was the main road. So the cops used to go up and down. When I was on a curfew, they used to come every night at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, 2 or 3 times a fucking night. Fucking nightmare. And I had to show myself. So I'd stay in the bath for 20 minutes or an hour, pretend I'm in the bath. Just get out of the bath, lads. I had them sitting on the front, taking the piss. But they couldn't do that. No, it wasn't hospitality. It was called Giovanni's Restaurant in Redcar, just off Station Road where the Pipe League off you on the right-hand side. There's on that side, there's the hairdressers on the other side. used to go into it downstairs and walk up. So downstairs was like, there was a freezer. So they had her on the freezer downstairs. You walk upstairs. It was downstairs as well, a little partition from the daytime. But on the night, people would go upstairs. You could see the seafront. You could see the cinema from where you were at, and it was in there. Giovanni's, it was called, the restaurant. But then the all three, everyone read Can You, a whole lot was everywhere. But obviously Dorman fucking tells one, and he tells the other one, it's all over. Yeah, he was fucking class player. Brilliant player. Ralph Benelli, Goldia Belly, some fucking thing used to sing, didn't they? Great players, but 3 players don't make a team, do they? That was the problem. If they had more better players. I mean, to be quite honest, Brian Robson was the manager, wasn't it? He should have took one of them off and went sub. They subbed that person twice. He did it. Fucking useless. Instead of subbing someone to come on, wasted a minute. By the time the game played, they only had a minute left, and they fucking scored, and then they got a draw, didn't they? So they got a replay. Did it again. Instead of subbing someone off the bench, that was lack of experience. It would be like, say, fucking Burgess or something. They'd have wanted to got somebody to come on and score down, say your legs bad or something. That's what they do with little games and stuff, and that's how he got off. Nobody crosses in the 80s I knew were locked after lads. Stockton, Ragworth, you and what, mate? Yeah, Ragworth, you and what, I think, mate. Ragworth, Stockton, yeah, it was. I mean, Speedy was from there. Speedy was like my second in command. He was fucking. Say, for instance, somebody said, "Oh, I'm going to shoot Cockerill," and it'd be on the night. I'd get the next day and I say, "What's happening?" He went, "Oh, no. I go, what the fuck's going on?" But now. I'm getting phone calls all over. Somebody's been fucking shot. I knew it was him. I fucking knew it was him because he always give it a Easter sticker. He do that and that. I say, it's fucking you, innit? I fucking warned you, stop fucking carrying on. You're already divvies. Why wouldn't let anyone call me? He just, the next minute, he was a nightmare with. Stabbed him in the arse or the side of the legs. Because if you stab him in the arse or the side of the legs, you don't get done for murder. If you stab somebody in the waist and upwards, it's attempted murder. But nobody got caught against him anyway because he was a fucking psychopath. And he had 4 brothers as well. Dangerous kid. But I wouldn't have to tell him that. I'd say, we was going to go and do Dave Garside once. And I just got there, Catcoat Road, and stopped him. Shotgun, when I blew his fucking leg off, shoot him in the hand, and blew his hands off so he could never box again. And I just caught him in time. True story, once I got a caught him, Catcoat Road, stopped him, kept shooting Dave. I said, so you fucking fight, I got beaten. I said, I've got to fight in the next one. Then he came with me to fight Dave again, the second one, when we went to, the third one. He was in jail, the second one. The second one I won easy. The third one was when me and Speedy went to Paddy Conroy's door. Conroy fucking shit himself when he come to the door. What's the problem? So it was about a year after the incident. I got him off. Oh, we're all right now. I said, yeah, I just went over there. Let's say he won the first one. It was off me and drugs. Second one, I destroyed him. And let's have a third. Now, you said you'd referee it. You said you give me 10 grand. I said, no, we'll have a 20 grand fight. You put 10 up and I'll put 10. There's the money in the bag. And Paddy Conroy's book, give me Joe, he put it and he put Brian Cockerill come to my house. So Fogging the Time it was called. And he said he come with Speedy and offered Dave out, and I had to phone Dave. Dave went, oh, I can't fight. He said, I haven't been training. So I went, Dave, I wasn't training, mate, when you come to the pub for me for months and months, and you knew that, and you waited till like Steve and Michael all them went home, Robbie Armstrong and all them. I was on my own, and you had 10, 12 lads with hammers and bars. So even if I'd won the fight, I'd have got killed anyway off you. So I said, let's just do it. Just me and you, 1-to-1. Paddy can referee. I'm with Speedy. No. He said, no. I said, well, you're going to have to, because I'm here now. So he said, how are we for lads? Come on, fucking hell, you saying, Conroy. I went, listen, can you fight me in the street then? Because I can't fight you in the ring, I know I can't. But can you beat me in that street on the cobbles? He went, no one can. No one can beat you in them cobbles. That'll do me then. Anyway, I went home. The next day, I'm outside my mum's, Seat Lane, Dave Garside on the corner, in the car. Big fella. And what? I thought he was going to have a go with me in the street, tell you the truth. I went, we all right? I went, of course we are. I went, come here then. Give me a big cuddle. I went, fucking nightmare, you. He said, you bit my whole fucking knee off. Then you bit the other fucking one off. And then you bit it up, tried to bite it again off for the second fight. I went have another one where you fuck that, he said. And somebody said, oh, have you everybody said about you, Dave? He went, well, it's fucking true. He said, I've had 2 fights from you. Go and have 2-minute fight with him, see how long you last. he'll fucking destroy you. He said, he's that good. He said, you can't beat him. He's just too strong. All that boxing skill go out the window when he gets older, because he's just like, he like pins you like an eye up. When you just can't move, you can't move. You just can't move off. His hands are that strong. And when you hit him, he just stands there. With the shots I threw at him, couldn't put him down. But he caught me with a beauty body shot. I was fucked, guys. I couldn't get up. I was fucked. And I was like, listen, tears in my eyes. Get up your fucking shit out. Couldn't get up, so I trained for about a year nearly. I trained 10 weeks properly. I got fit, then I trained 10 weeks, and then I went to fight. We went to fight him, destroyed him, 3-4 punches it was. I hit him in the eyes, I broke his jaw there, and there with a guardsman fracture. And I got locked up for it. They made statements against me, and the cops come and found 2 handguns, AK-4, what was it, 2 handguns, a starting pistol 1, a Browning, 2 Lugers, and they found what was it, an AK-47, a fucking, they call them, one of the little ones. I can't remember the fucking name, but they found that under one of the lads from Newcastle's fucking car. I can't remember the fucking name of it now. Yeah, I got put in the court. No. What the fuck was it? Uzi 9mm. That was got pulled in for the Uzi 9mm. So when I went to court, he was arrested. Blah blah blah. I said, well, why wasn't he arrested straight away? He said, because there was about 3,000 people there, and by law, the magistrate said, no, it was a Saturday. He said, by law, Your Honour, you're not allowed to arrest anyone if there's more than 400 people. The case is a riot. So that's in the law. You're not allowed to. So what they do, they let you go and get you later on, because it'll kick off. It could be more people hurt for the sake of one person. So they let me go. Little Tiki, Aki was there, Paddy McCarthy, Leslie Bradshaw, Duper, Angus. There was fucking loads of people, about 20 people, about 50, 60 people I knew who were friends were there to back me up, because he had $50 on the door with him. It's $50 fucking dollars from all the other people from Liverpool, Manchester, everything with him on the door. And when I went in the back way, ball cutters, went down the stairs like that, I was getting a bit panicky, so I thought, I don't want to be boxing him because he's just too good for me at boxing. I want to mully him, get in a corner and push him into a wall and just load off on the wall like that. Bang, 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 bang. So I come in and Dave Woody was there. He said, he's in the office. Great. The office was only 6 foot by 8 foot. Little Don LaRoche was there, and Stevie, what was that name now? And Stevie Avedon was there, Manny Bergo was there. And they took me to me, like, look at the fucking sides of him. I'm like, come on. I always wear rubber army boots. I had shell suit bottoms on and I had a vest on. And I'm looking down the stairs, went, come on! And they just run like fuck everyone in the door, went out the door, left outside of his own. So I was there, and I bit him with the left jab, right. No, I bit him with the right, left, and a right uppercut. And it just smashed his jaw to fuck. But this time, because in the last fight, when I was fighting him, I was choking him out. When you got it, as you shouted, Brad, you're killing him. In my area, I thought he said you killed him, because I've been in a rave. Somebody said, as if you could eat 28. Believe me, in 3 days, you can mean Bam Bam used to pop like Smarties. You'd have once you have 1 E, you need to have 2 the next time, or 3 and 4. You can't go down. You don't get a buzz. Anyone will tell you that. Anyone knows that. But then when you drink Bacardi on top of it and fucking coke and not training, it's hard fighting someone who's ranked in the top 10 heavyweight boxers in the country. For heavyweight, it's not just an amateur, professional. So if you're fighting a normal guy, it's not so bad. But when you're fighting a fucking full-blown professional boxers, boxing to his fucking 6-year-old, being in all these top fights, 40-odd fights, 44 fights I think he had in the ring, professional fights and no amateur fight. So you're not just fighting a fucking idiot, you're fighting a top elite fighter, and you're off your head on drugs. You've been out to fucking two full days and half a day, but like Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, you're fucking off your head. You can't really see. So when you come outside, you're like, oh fucking, you can't see when you come out of rave. So you imagine having to fight something like that after all that fucking drugs and jumping about, all the water's out your body, you're knackered, you've got no energy left. But still 11. Somebody said it was between 11 and 12-minute fight they had. Somebody said little Don timed it, Don LaRoche, because he was in his car. He said I didn't dare get on my car. So he was watching the clock and all that. So he timed the fucking thing. People standing on cars and everything. It went like everywhere. There was about hundreds of people watching the fight. But I got beat in the fight because of me fucking stupidness. So a bit like Tyson, when he got beat, think he can do it. You can't do it. to a professional fighter. You get away with an amateur fighter, get away with something if you're lucky, catch him like with a good shot. But when you're off your head and you've got no energy in your body, you've got nothing left. But like doing a marathon and trying to have a fight afterwards, that's what it's like. You couldn't do it. It's the same as Mike Tyson. He went on the drink, he went on the drugs, he blew up to 19 stone, then he went down to 15-10. He went in the ring with fucking Buster Douglas. No disrespect to Buster Douglas, loved more than the world. But 100 fights, Tyson fit, you would lose every time in the first round and destroy you. But you never took advantage of him. But you did take advantage of him because he did. Just before women are the worst thing. If you fall out with your missus, there's no way you can fight. You can't fight when you've got to fall out with your missus. It's impossible if you love someone. So she was fucking horrible to him. He was on medication, he was on everything, he was taking drugs, coke, crack, everything, weeks before the fight, and he thought he could. It's only Buster Douglas. It's like when Man U were playing, say, I don't know, Hartlepool. It's only Hartlepool. You still can't take that chance and be complacent. Think, I can fight anyone still. I did it myself. You can't. You can only fight when if you're full on blob and you get beat, then you get beat. So you go back and you have a second one thing. So I knew the second fight I knew it wasn't, the first fight wasn't me, it was cardboard cut out. Second fight was the real brand Cockerill. And Dave said, oh, he destroyed me. He fucking destroyed me. And then after that, that's what he was saying now. He's going, as if you could fight 12 minutes. I fucking did, you little crank. I used to do for Peter Rowe, got me doing it. And Eddie Buick took me on the bag. He went, I said, Eddie had me in the back because I was training for the fight. If I gas, then he used to come down. I was going, dead slow and dozy. He went, Brian, you're not going to be Dave Garside fighting like that. I went, can you hold the bag for us then? And I went, bam, bam, a bit like that, a bit like the fucking McIntyre, but I was even fitter then. Fully on blob. I was a lot younger. In the McIntyre, I was 44. So in this one, I was about 30, 29, 28, 29, something like that. 27, 28. So you imagine me then, 24 stone, as fit as a fucking know what, 6 weeks, raving all the time, and not training. It just falls off you the weight, so I probably dropped 2 or 3 stone. So I trained, got on steroids again, trained, loads of running, up banks and stuff, doing loads of sparring with Big Smiler. Dickie Dowdy had me under the pads every day nearly. And I used to do that. John Black had me in back alleys fighting and fucking pushed up against walls and use your body weight on them because you're a lot bigger. John Dryden was said being fucking sparring in the welly. John said, you're just too big, just use your weight. Don't try to box him. If you're not going to outbox him, use your boxing, use your strength and use your power. Because if you hit him with that right hand, you're going to don't give a fuck who it is. You're going to take the red off. So he said, use that big right hand. And that's what I did. I hit him with that right hand under the chin, hit him there. It broke there, and there. It's called a guardsman fracture. You get it. Standing in duty, the guards and for the Queen, beef eaters, and they stand like that all day and it's red hot. So what they do is they fall forward and they land on the pivot of the chin. So it's called a guardsman fracture. That's where it's come from. I never knew until I went to court. I've done about 30 of the fuckers over the years, hundreds and hundreds of jaws I broke, but I've done about 30 guardsman fractures. So this top doctor come and said it's an impossibility for a human being to throw PSI, pound per square inch. If it hits somebody on the chin there, it's got to be in a weapon he's had or a metal bar or some type of implement to do it. And he went, no, it was his hand. So twice I had that in court. Like I said, well, you make something up and I'll hit it with all my power and see how much PSI would do it anyway. They did, no, we don't need to do that. Anyway, when I went to court, they're like, he never turned up anyway. Dave never turned up. He dropped all the charges against me, but he wasn't a gangster, say he was a fucking boxer. But he just said, just too strong. Fuck that. I'd rather be friends with him. So anyway, we became best friends. He sees me in the street. Oh, big fella. He said, no, he always calls me big fella. You're looking smart, you're looking good, and give me a cuddle and everything. And his son's a lovely lad as well. Mick Sorby, a lovely lad. Richie Horsley, love Richie Horsley's bit to do, absolutely love him. But the twisted cunt, fuck him. I talked to Mick the other day and he went, well, none of us, not one of us, and not one person in this town article, not one person would dare say now, because I'm with the Fest and Vulture and Richie and everyone and big fucking, what do you call it, big Richie Horsley, we were the first ones to fucking knock him out. No one would let you get bullied to state you. And he said, because we all love you. You're not my friend, Brian. You're me fucking. I said, well, I always class you like as a dad to me, Mick, when I was a kid, because you took me everywhere. You and Teddy and Kev Rich, you took me everywhere, and you looked after me and that. So I always appreciated that. I said, thanks for that, son. So I missed him today. I was going to go. I was with my dad, so I couldn't never see Mick. So I'm going to go over and get some pictures with him But all that time, he said, I realised now it wasn't you. He said, because I told him a certain person's name. I'm not going to mention the lad's name, about something about the lad. And when it come back, when Emma said, stop threatening, there was this certain person, when Mick seen it, he went, can we have a meet? When seen Mick and sat down, I sit down and talk with Chris Curry. He loves Chris. He went, I knew it wasn't you and Emma. I knew it wasn't you. He said, he's the only man I've told that name, and he's using that name. And then that man's passed away now. So how would you know this man? You don't know him. So I knew then. I really believed anyway, but I know what you're on about, Brian. I know now about computers. I couldn't control you and you couldn't control me because we don't know about them. And Richie couldn't control you because he knows about them. Knows not about them. So it was him and his wife. To me, Richie also said, I'm going to fight you 15 times. I've offered you out. And he came on tinfoil going, I got my mate to offer you out 15 times. You wouldn't fight. No, that's due lamb and distress and fear of someone. When somebody says, like, I'm getting Brian Cockerill on you. So they think, oh, fucking Brian Cockerill's coming with the shit themselves. I'm getting Lee Duffy on you in the day. Or fucking, I'm getting Amelia fucking Mac on you. You cheat yourself. So you cheat yourself. You think, oh, fuck that. I'm off. I'm going to get the police. So Peter was scared. So that's what he does. But I was more like tears in my eyes because I love Richie. It was Peter recording something for me and Richie in '94. So Richie come to see me. And he said, is it true you want to have a fight with you, Brian? And I said, I haven't said nothing about you, know. I said, Richie, I've never even met you, mate. I said, I've never fucking seen you for my life. But you only live around the corner from where my mum lived. All them years, you only live around the corner from where my mum lived. I went, come here. What do you mean? I went, come here. Give him a cuddle. Do you drink? He went, yeah, of course I do. I said, right. He said, you won't get no drinks now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, won't get no drinks, watch. Phoned up the mall. Jabbed, it's Brad Cockerill. Does a favour, gives a couple of bottles of Bacardi. He said, I'll send you a big enough. I said, how much? He went, no for you. Sent us a big 1.5 litre bottle like that. Me, Mick, Richie, Steve and Robbie. I'm not sure if Ulchi was there. I'm not sure. Anyway, we were there all fucking night, popping them to get there in your knees and that. Fucking up his tits. And he said, right, I'll fucking beat you. Well, you know what fighting? He went, no, I should drink. I'll beat you. I'll drink you under the table. I went, fuck off. I said, you've got no chance. So Steve and Robbie said to him, Richard, don't even think about it. So we starts on the drink in the rave, goes to another rave. So he goes back to a flat in Church Street in Hartlepool. So the lad who owns that, he's a great lad, and all he has a garage, washes cars, and I can't remember his fucking name. I was a car garage on Catcoat Road. So he's there, and he's a right big fella. They own pubs, the Clarendon pub, I think it's called, Clarendon. So we goes in there, we go to some drinks, we're upstairs. So the first day, Richie's all right. He's doing good, he's come back on me on the ropes and all that. Second day, when don't feel too well, you. We sat near the fire. I was here on the floor, I was going, dancing and raving and that. And you're going to dance with Richie with us. He's going, I'm fucked. How can you, big cunt? I'm fucked. Anyway, he passed out on the fucking floor. He was fucking wrecked, he said. He woke up the next day or something. He's a fucking animal, him. He's a fucking animal. He said, fucking kill. I'm bad as a dog. So Robbie said, I said, are you coming out again with us? He was fucking, he said, I've never known anyone drink like him. He fucking destroyed me. He said, and I left him. Then I went to Newcastle, drinking with Stephen and Michael up there. Then I left them. Then I went to Speedy's and went to Stockton. I was out for 6 fucking days. You only lasted 1.5 days. Is that it, Richie? 1.5 days? Fucking kids belly, amateur. All the lads talked to him for years. Great lad, Richie. Like, every time we had trouble, he was straight there with us to fight. Always backing me up. It was me who actually got him to talk to Eddie Buke, because Eddie didn't know Richie. But then Richie wanted me to go on a documentary about me going, but I was fucking on the drugs. I said, Richie, I'm a fucking mess, mate. So he said, could you get us a favour, Brian? I said, of course I can. He said, would you better go to Eddie Buke and get him to do it? He said, he won't do it for anyone. I've asked everyone, I've asked Mick and everyone, he just won't do it. He said, I said, I'll do it. It's 2 secs. I said, yeah, it's Big Brian. Oh, yeah, you all right, big fella? And yeah, I said, I've got my pal with me, Richie Horsley, on my work, on my life, on your friendship we've got. He's the nicest lad you can meet. He's a lovely lad. I said, he just wants to do a little like a podcast, not podcast, it was like a little, on the dictaphone, talk to him, because he was doing a book. I think it was about dorming on the doors. I mean, I'll do it for you. I said, I'll put him on now. He's going to give me a number. He said, of course you can. So give him a number. He said, oh, thanks, Ernie. Thanks very much, Brian. I said, don't have to bother me. You don't have to like me, I'm your brother. So he went and did the thing with Ernie. He's the only person Richie, because of me, got to do a bit of interview with him. And he said, I can't believe you got me that. 2 seconds, he said, yeah. It's because he trusts me. See, I was up there fighting with people with him. I was offering Peter out all over the footballers, all over Sunderland, helping him when he had loads of chew up there. And he loves us. The lads came down to see us, about 6, 7 of them dormant, all from Sunderland. Went, is it right, you're a better fighter than Eddie Buick? I went, no, with the boss. He said, well, he says you're the best. I said, no, he's the best. I said, well, let's have a fight. He's like, I was laughing like fuck, but they're all about 16, 17, so all big fucking lads. They all went to the door. One of them was his nephew. He says, oh, my uncle loves you. He said, he tells everyone the time when he went on the bag and you were pretending you couldn't fight it. He said he started punching it. He said, he'll kill someone with one of them shots. He'll fucking seriously kill someone. He said, you need to, he was it. Well, I'll go back to that other story. I was fighting that other lad. He said, you're going to kill someone that right hand. Bram said the same to me. John Black said the same. He said, that power in that right hand, going to kill someone. He said, slow it down and just half the punch. Anyway, so when I'm having a fight in that pub, I was telling you about the lad, he went, who are you looking at? In Blazers. I went, I didn't even know him. This was Mickey Salter. So Mickey Salter said to him, anyway, he went, who are you fucking up? Talk to you, he said. So I went, nutted him. No, he was like, well, look, I hit him in the left hook. I caught him in the eye, yeah, and I broke his cheekbone. It came right through his nose there and right through the top of his head. His full cheekbone snapped, went through here, sticking through there. His eye was fucking safe. But the bone was right through, protruding out his fucking head there. And as he was going down, I nutted him in the face. So he went bang, bang. And Kev, I was there. And Perry will tell you the story if you ever see him from Middlesbrough. He went fucking speed of that left hook. And then you also hit him with your headbutt before you hit the floor. That was, he said, fucking unbelievable. You're in that league like McLean and them, you should be down in London making fucking thousands. He said that he can fight for fun. You didn't just beat him, you wiped him out with 2 shots. Anyway, he come and see me later on and his eye was a mess. He said, I didn't know it was you, but I'm sorry. And I said, don't give me a crud, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry you're so hard. But he had about 12 lads with him. They beat him with do. And all the Asian lads were over. I said, you just want to go now? No, we apologise. So anyway, it was all right. And then about 3 months later, Michael got stabbed to death. He got Paul was his brother, still alive. Paul talks to me still, good friends a little. Kev out with him. And so I got a phone call saying, he got stabbed to death. He had a fight with the lad he was beating and the lad stabbed him. He said he was stabbed him in the tricep under the armpit here and killed him. No longer here, God bless him. But he could fight for fun, this lad. He said you wiped him out there, a top fighter there, would fight anyone. He wiped him out with 2 shots. Absolutely destroyed him. But he said, what happened, he come out and he said to little Costa, he said, the doctor said to me, little Costa, I'll get him on, little John, because his son can fight as well, great lad. He said to me, the doctor said, if that would have been half an inch more, you'd be dead, because that would have protruded right through your brain. He said, yeah, and he snapped your whole cheekbone, it's come off and gone through the side of your nose and gone at the top of his head. It was sticking right through his face. When he come over, they went, the people at the doorman went, fucking hell, straight of him. And that daft cunt's going to fight me, that muppet. Couldn't do it in a million years. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Didn't know that, Steve. Didn't know it. Yeah, he got stabbed to death. See, if it was a fight, you get beat. If you do it with your fist, you beat someone with your fist. It's just a fight. When you're carrying a knife, right? You know, anger, full of drugs and drink, and everyone's looking at you getting beat. Fuck, I'll stab the cunt. Your brain automatically goes to the knife. Then you're going to go to jail for 25 years for a moment of like 2 seconds of stabbing someone to death. If you haven't got the knife, you probably get a good hiding. Or you get locked up and go to jail for a couple of years. But you're not going to kill someone if you haven't got a knife. It's a knife set, a fucking nightmare. Them daft kids are carrying machetes and stuff about. Different if somebody comes to your fucking house and you've got something in your house, you pull it out and you do it. But if you're in your own house, you get away with it. But if you're outside, you go out and you attack them, like me with these daft cunts shouting and bawling at them. Now I'm getting fucking done. And just smashed all my house up. Yeah, so you can do it, mate. You've got to push on and push on. You can't give up, because if you give up, the person who's died, it's like you're giving up on them, and they would never want you to give up, and they want you to live your life for that person. Your mum dies, your dad, your brother. I know it's upsetting, I know it's hard work. It's like me with our dad, he's not that long. I'm not going to sit there crying. I'll just think of all the great days we had and all the great times, and not be miserable and thinking, because he'd want me to live my life to the best of my ability and not be moaning and getting upset every day and making yourself going on drugs and drinking, because then you'd be making a mockery of the person. So I always say to people, look, we're in a better place than we're in. We'll be there one day, all of us as family, as Christians and that, and they'd never want you to be miserable and down. So I always think of the good times, and I always think the person who's gone loved you more than life. John, what's up now, mate? See Matt for everyone. It's a ladies' team. Mike Tyson to say hit the nose. Yeah, you do. If you hit the nose here, you can. It goes right the way. If you hit somebody in the face, if you hit them like that on the nose there, your nose will go right through your brain, kill you. But I used to do it with a guard. I hit them with that on there. I never hit for the nose, mate, because every time I went and hit people in the nose, I ended up breaking my finger, I'll fucking cut my hand, I'll fucking dislocating something. So I always used to throw right uppercut on there like that. Look, it's all fleshy. Or left hook there, look, left hook. You can't hit your hand because you're hitting flesh. But when you're throwing straight on a bone like here, your nose, it's rock hard, and the bones here, it's rock hard. But sometimes you have to. You just got to get your shots off. But I used to go on the bag with John Black. He used to say the same. He said he said the top 10 heavyweights, it's probably 2 or 3 hitting faster than you, and probably 1 or 2 hitting just as heavy. He said, I don't think there's anyone hitting as heavy as you can hit a bag or hit these pads up. He said, I'm telling you now. He said, you will see. You'll kill some fucker if you don't cut the power down. He used to say, cut the power down when he was sparring John Dryden used to. Cut the power down. How he cut it out. I mean, Steve Grover Steve was a better boxer than me. He used to box me head off. But it's not my game in the ring. My game's in the street, and it's totally different, especially in a pub. If you're 17, 18 stone, you're coming to me, and when I've catch you with any of them shots, you're going to go. But once I get you into a wall or into a triangle in a corner, and you're not cutting out that corner, you're not getting out that corner. I just hold behind you that many shots and hit you that many times. One of them shots was going to land, and you're not going to get up. That was my thing, because I've got a brilliant chin as well. So if he said, I hit you with every single thing, he said to Carol, I caught him, Carol, I hit him with everything. He said that Aussie said, I hit him with everything. And he said that Dave Thomas, he said, I hit him. He said, what? He said, he went half down and then come back at me and went, fuck off. He said, you must have hit him wrong. He said, I didn't. I hit him with everything I had. He said, fucking unbelievable chin. He said, and he can't half mix it on the floor and fucking on his feet. He said, he's really good. He was really impressed with me, Lee. Like, my best shoulder press, what I used to do, I didn't do standing shoulder press, Bobby. I used to do seated, and I used to have it in a slight incline, so we'd take it off your chest a bit and take it away from your elbows. I could do 4 plates each end, which is like 160, 170, 180, need about 200 kilos, seated shoulder press. I could get about 6 reps with 4 plates each end. And then I could do 5 plates, but I could only get 1 or 2 like touches. I used to be able to bench 6 plates each end for 6 reps, 6 plates in a 10 for 4 reps, and then I used to put 7 plates each end, which is 660 pounds. I used to hold it, come down Steel City. Mark Lenny used to be there, little Timmy, Bry Flaherty, Little Bry, Baldy Chrissy, Benzie, all them, and I used to be able to hold it, come down, and I get to there and I'd really struggle, and then they'd touch me up, coming down. I do that once a month, but I could never ever do the 7. I could never do 7 plates, but I used to hold it. So when I went back to say 5, I could do 10 reps easy with it. So I'd go to 7 and jump from the 7 back to 5, and that'd be easy to do. But I could never ever. I always wanted to be able to do the 7 plates. It was at 666 point something pound, with the collars at 670 odd pounds. I was super strong. I used to have 74 key dumbbells. I used to be able to fly them, set to 10 flies, and then I used to do the leg press with 2,000 pound leg press in Mark Lenny's gym, which is Steel City. If you go in Steel City and see Robinson, I think it's Mickey Robinson, I think it's called. It's still there, the machine where I broke it, and it was Mark Lenny's, who had Lenny's ice cream. I snapped the full fucking machine, the leg press, 2,000 pound leg press for 15 reps. Then I did it in Moors. and Paul, who was a fucking manager. It's Denny Oil's good lad, Denny. If you ask the lads in Moors Gym, they'll tell you Mark Johnson, Ali Johnson, Bram, Paul. I'll tell you what's his fucking name. He used to have ice cream vans. Paul. Can't his fucking name. Epstein. Paul Epstein. I'll tell you name. Paul Epstein run that gym for about 30 years. I can't remember who I did now. And what was next door? The pub. Everyone used to go in. What was it called? Revels was next door. And I could in there. I could do 6. I did 6 plates on a Smith machine. Smalley was in. Smalley was a good friend of mine. And he spotted me and he had 6 plates each end. And I come down and I did 6. 6 good, and Smalley gave me 4 touches. I did 10 reps with 6 plates on a Smith machine, which is fucking super harder because it keeps you strict. You can't cheat because you're in that position where you have to do it where you can't throw it up because you have to go where the machine is. You can ask all them people. I'll tell you, a little jock, Maniok, he was there as well. Fucking loads of people used to see me do it, and he said, Brian, could you do us a favour? Can you come in a bit earlier because you're using every 20 in the gym and every 25 every disc. And then you've got Mark Johnson sitting on the top, 17 stone with 250 key dumbbells. Then you've got Addy sitting on the top, 240 key dumbbells, or Ali Johnson. He said, so there's no one's getting no weight. I said, yeah, but they're loving it. Look at them all. They're fucking loving it. I said, lads, do you mind about? No, go on, go for the record. So we call it go for the record every week. I was getting, not every week, I do it, about once a month. But that was like £2,000 leg press. 15. I got, first time I ever did it, I got 7, then I got 8, then I got 12, then I got 15. But in home house, I did it with this. I did it with big the lad who's a cage fighter. I can't his fucking name, big blonde lad. His fucking name, I'm good fighter. I can't his fucking name. He was in about 6'4". His fucking name. He was a gym orderly, and there was Mark Johnson was in. Little Ali Johnson. Mark Davison, big Robbie, what was it called? No, Bud Armstrong from Newcastle was there. So I trained with him. I squatted 7 plates each end. I broke the record on there in the squats. And I did 8 reps. And then I did 7 plates front squat in there as well. When I first went in, I went in 91? 91, yeah, I went in 91, I think it was. And I squatted 7 plates front squat for 6 reps, and the lads used to call me Ultimate Warrior. Remember that C thing, the Ultimate Warrior? Now I know why they fucking call you that. And he had blonde hair. I can't remember his name. The screw. He remembered me the next time I went in. There was another screw called Moses. He was a horrible cunt. He's a top screw. Chris Curry was in as well. Mark Davison was in. I tell you, inside Valerie that I looked for the British brilliant boxer, brilliant fighter. He won the heavyweight Commonwealth belt in the amateurs boxing in the Olympics. Brilliant lad. So he was in. He was going, "Can I train me over?" I said, "Of course you can." So I trained him. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing back." He went, "What, 5 plates each end?" So I had 5 20s on each end. Simon wouldn't lie for anyone. So I'm doing it not that way. I would do it that way and bring it off the machine. Come down, hold it, 1, 2, 3, pull back, hold it and squeeze. I could do like 3 sets of 10 with like 225, 230 key, I think it was, for the collars. And he went, "Fucking can't believe what I've just seen." I used to shock them, terrible. And then I went, and then I do the, I was doing leg press, and he was there, 850 kilos. It's still on the wall now in home house, and I got 12 reps with big Bud Armstrong from Newcastle. But everyone, he's just squatted 850. He's just not leg pressed 850 k, and he's just squatted 7 plates each end for reps. We're all buzzing all the lights out the windows. Oh, they're a fucking nightmare, Steve. I haven't got phones. Can you get us a phone, Dad? Of course I can. £2,000. 2 fucking grand? Not fucking feeling £2,000 now after that. £2,000 for a phone. Fuck off. There's 10 pence. Go to the phone box. Like 10 pence. I'm fucking going about 200 years ago. You couldn't get a dialing tone for 10 pence. Years ago, you could put 2p in. Be on the phone for ages. We never went into things when we were kids. A boil. Once we had a boil, I'm fucking boiling. You was hot in here because I'm boiling. Can you feel the heat in here? It's fucking boiling. Yeah. Tommy Robinson, what a great lad. Read him. Yeah, a few of you last night text me, but I fell asleep. I've been falling asleep in a fucking bed after doing these. I'm doing like 2.5 hours on these, sometimes 3. And I'm on the phone for an hour in the night. Sometimes 2, that's 5. And then I'm doing shows on the daytime to prepare. 7 hours a fucking day I'm on the fucking phone. I always like to answer people, but I've been getting loads of daft fucking things. Daft things. Or could you do this? Could you fight this man? And all that shit. But I only tell the truth. And then tell you how strong it was. Kevin Kilty. I'll get him back on because he used to come to the gym when I used to train. And he said when I used to go to East Street, there was no phones. There was only them old fashioned. They only just come out in about 1990, I think. The mobiles were 600 quid each, so like a brick, big rubber thing. They were great for hitting people with. Bam Bam used to have when I had one. They were a fucking fortune. You drink something that cost you £5 for about fucking 30 seconds. For a fortune, you used to get a bill, like no bill every month. Fucking fortune. Not like now, £10 to last you for a fucking month. Terrible. So yeah, to get me off Kenny the phone. So what was I saying? I can't forget now. Yeah, so August at Brian, I first met with Mark Johnson, Ali and Adish when I was massive. He said, I can't be as big as this one, I can't. He said, I'm telling you, his fucking legs are nearly 37 inches. He went, what, together? He went, no, one. He said, I measured his legs of the week. They were 36.5 inches. He went on the leg extension, come off, they were 37. But one leg, he said, Kevin couldn't believe it. But you can see on the video, that's me at 37, that video. In the gym, you can see how big the legs are. And he was the daft cunt's going. His legs, they're all puffed up with water. It's just steroids. It's just this. He's a fucking crank, and anyone could squat 600 pounds. He couldn't even fucking budget off the floor. Half an inch, you silly cunt. He's an absolute balance. So anyway, Kevin said to me, he said, I've never seen your shoulders that wide. He said, your waist, you always had a tiny waist, but you look massive because of your shoulders. He said, I remember you coming, and the kids used to say, oh, when is that big man coming? Because we want to get out. And they'll come every fucking day for the autographs of the kids. I used to have a 928 Porsche, really posh. It was a second-hand one. I only paid 5,100 quid for it. But in them days, he said, what the fuck are you doing? You've got Cosworths, Porsches, Supras. He said, have you robbing banks or something? So I used to see Kevin because he lived in Winnie Banks. And all had Winnie Banks. Got on with all them. I got on with everyone. Never, ever had a problem with any fucker. And the ones I have had a problem, I've had a fight. And I beat them and I've shook their hand and it's sorted. I haven't got a problem with anyone who keeps going to karma. No, it's you daft little crank with your daft fucking trolls. But one day you're going to get it, you fat cunt. Because one day your karma will come to you and you will get destroyed. You will seriously get destroyed. So we used to go in, I used to go and see Kevin, and Kevin started coming to the gym with us, and he went, how much could you bench like, Brian? I went, 5 plates each end. When I met him, I was 23, I think. 23. He went, 5 plates? I went, yeah. So I went to Denny's gym up in Bishop, and I benched 5 plates on there, on the thing. He went, fucking hell. Then Denny Oil said, I remember the first time I seen Brian Cockerill, he was fucking huge. He said, he come to my gym. Kevin was telling me, sorry, he said he was like that. I've never seen anyone as big. He's fucking huge. He was the nicest man you could meet. And got up with him. People causing trouble with them as well. But it was all trouble caused. Yeah. All fucking drug dealers, well, punch the fucking heads in. I couldn't say, I knock on the fucking door, they won't be fucking phoning. I've done that, I've just crushed the phone like that to pieces. My hand's getting strong now, like I've been doing bent over row, and I'm up to 15 key now. Because I couldn't even lift fucking a key up. So I'm now holding 15, I'm getting 25 reps every night. And 25 that, and so there. Definitely getting stronger now. Voice down when I go to sleep. Hell on. Oh, fuck off, lie. It should destroy you in 2 seconds. Stop pretending. Go on, shite stay. You don't wear the fucking trousers now. She does. Stop lying. Yeah, I can't remember old phones. So you could be on the moon and you could be on Jupiter and you could still get a fucking signal. Wish I was half as strong. I'm not like that now, mate. Nowhere fucking near I used to be. It's time and tide. Don't wait for no man. I'm fucking 60-year-old next year. What, for my age, he's going, oh, I look a mess. I look a mess. Have you seen the state of you fat cunt? You're fat as a pig. You're fat as a pig and you're 42-year-old. You're fucking heads like that. He's calling my clothes. If you seen him in that snooker, he must have spent at least 20 quid on his fucking full rig out. He's calling me at 40, 50, 60 pounds. Some of these shirts are 100 odd pound, like limited edition ones. But because I'm a trebler, I'm even getting bigger now, they're getting tighter. I used to be 5 extra large. So I used to get my stuff made by a tailor called Joe Hind. I've got £700 soaps there. The stuff's from Saddle Row. I got it from there, from where the Craze got theirs. I got it deliberately just because they got theirs. I've got crocodile shoes, £500 shoes and things like that. Proper top of the range clothes. But it's not me. I like to wear tracksuits, so I go out for a do and that. And if there's any trouble, you can have a fight. You can't fight with shoes and things like that on. Slide all over them fucking normal shoes and that. They're no good. But the thing is, I'd be happy if I never had another fight. Somebody said you can help 1,000 people. You have 1,000 knockouts, but you can help just one person. I'd rather help one person. Not into fighting now. I just don't want to do it. I'm not Mark's thing. I've done it that many times. As soon as I go on court, like, it's always the same. Brian Cockerill, you can see them looking at me. Every cunt in the courtroom knows me. The judges, the barristers, the jury, everything. Look, stay at me now, right? I've been on bail for 7 months for fucking saying, if you come to my house to hurt my wife, I'll fight fire with fire. Even if I have to portray the worst violence you've ever. This is after me being taunted, saying he's going to rape my wife. After she was raped, he's going to rape her, bum her, and then video it and send it to me while I was in hospital. So no wonder they haven't snapped and killed the bastard. In my head. If I had snapped and killed the bastard, right, I'd have got off with it by now. I'd have got off. Responsibility, it's called. Because he's drove you to it. So there's a big difference when somebody just goes out and says, I'm going to well, how come you, shitbag? I'm going to put the video on where you're fucking talking. Let's see why you and I'm going to say to Cleveland Police, why is he not getting charged for threatening a dog walker in the street at 4 o'clock in the morning going, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to fucking kill you in the morning. I'm going to kill you in front of your kids. Why is he not getting charged for that? But I'm getting charged for saying, if you come to my house, and they did come, firebombed it, and the 3-4 years ago, he said he was going to get somebody to burn my house down. So everything he said is in the police station because it was there when the cops pulled us. It's all there. Everything he said, he's done. It's there now. But nothing happens to him. He just keeps getting off. Yeah, I'm on one tonight, mate. I'm definitely getting better. I just wish I could have one-to-one with that cunt. I wish before I die, I'd love to have one. Me and him in a room, like this 6x6 room, or the garage door locked, and me and him in that garage. Just fisticuffs. Me and you in the garage, one-to-one. You fucking shit house rat. Shit house. Gonna beat me up, are you? Gonna do this, gonna do that. No, you can't do fuck all. The divvies you send, they're cranks, little cranks. They'll all grass you up. As soon as they get caught, they'll get caught for something stupid. They'll do it to somebody else's house and get caught. They'll catch the phone and say, right, oh, says, hey, you're doing something Brian Cockerill's. Next minute, oh, what it was, Jamie said this and Jamie said that, and they'll blow the socks off you. As soon as they're looking at 5 years in jail, smackheads, 2 or 3 years, as soon as they put them in the cells, they'll go, he's done, I will tell you what he did when I firebombed the house and tried to kill Brian Cockerill. That's what's going to come out. I can see it a mile away because the kids he used, one was 15. They were talking about it 20 minutes to fucking people in Billingham. The other one was 17. He was talking about it within 20 minutes. Oh, we've been in this house, we've done this, we've done that. Telling everyone all over. So it got all over the fucking internet, or got all over YouTube and everything, bragging. And that's what they do, because the kids, that's what they do, they brag. Now they're shitting themselves. We are a long time tonight. I'm not staying on it tomorrow morning. We're on the drink tonight. On the drink. I'm doing Richie Horsey tonight, yeah. You have to stay up 24 hours. Have a rest, Bobby. Have a rest, Bobby. Yeah, anyone who's tired, have a rest, man. You don't have to come with me. I'm going to shoot anyway. Oh, I better not say that, then I'm getting 10 years, won't I? You're under arrest. I'm going to shoot. So all these people who talk it can't walk it. Remember that? Someone's threatening to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm coming to your door. You never hear fuck all. It's all talk, and there's no walk. Gobshites who have got no ball, and they get the jollies off, bullying people and frightening people. people really believe it, and they get people upset, people suicidal. That's what's happening with people. So one's got one, he's going to do it to the wrong person. He looks at the wrong person, and the person will have mental health problems, and they'll end up just chopping him up the fuck. He'll do it because I've seen that many times. He tortured like that Brian of E17, but that fucking scumbag tortured that Anne, tortured the poor man. He ended up getting locked up for something he never said in anger, and they let him off in court. She got done. She was done by the police by wasting police time. So therefore, Anne, you've been done by the police for wasting police time. You've been in for 2 allegations of sexual assault on police officers, and you're calling me a paedophile. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. And you got kicked out of the fucking police force for trolling people, and you tried to take the police to court 5 or 6 times. Case dismissed, case dismissed, case. In the end, they charged you for wasting police time. That's what happened to you. Calling people names, and you call my wife, putting devil pictures of my wife up saying she's Satanist and a devil worshipper. She goes to fucking Scotland and dances around people's graves and babies' graves and drinks blood, and you're not right in the fucking head. But any member of a jury could say that. They'll know you're a crank. Yeah, I remember the Gladiator show Saturday night. He was actually in jail. He was a big fucking fanny, mate. What happened? He was waiting for Curtis Warren. I think he was the big balls. And Warrior, I think it was called. He was waiting for him. And he thought he was the big balls. So he ended up going, he got caught doing a drug deal and threatened someone in a car park in Liverpool. So he ended up with no mouse. So he went down the thing to get some food. He just got out before I got in, before I come in. He got remanded. I think he got something like 2. I think he got 5. The 5 year, he got 5 years. So they're giving like 1 egg and 1 fucking slice of toast. So I need 10 eggs a day. And he said, well, you don't get them, you get 1 egg a day. I got what I fucking wanted. I got 10 pieces of bacon, 10 fucking eggs, whatever I want, and Durham. Every jail I went, I got what I wanted. But even at Gladiator, he went, I need out. I'm losing loads of weight because I'm full of steroids and full of gear. I lost about 5 stone in about 3 months. Obviously full of fucking gear. I mean, you can lose weight. I lost weight when I went in. Lost a couple of stone, but I lost 5 stone in about 3 months. Crying and everything. But trying to be the big man because he was big. It's not always about how big the person is. It's not how big your size is. It's not the size of the fight in the dog. It's the size of it's not how big the dog is. It's how big the size of the fight. Anyway, so not how, I can't say it now. It's not the size of the dog in a fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. That's it. So you could be like a big, massive fucking monster dog, and you could have a chihuahua got more heart. That's what you are. Tinfoil a chihuahua with the heart of a fucking beetle. Shit house. As soon as anyone goes there, you run. You should be called yourself Seb Co because you can't half run. You can't half run for a fat cunt. You can't half run for a fat fuck. Yeah, you can't bite, mate. Fucking that's all they do. They do it deliberately to get you fucking locked up. You make one mistake because you're involved with firearms or people like travellers. You get hard put under. Like me. Imagine how bad it is for me, mate. You know what I mean? Tell me how bad it is for me. I fucking that's Brian Cockerill, SES, CIA, MI5, FBI. Can you have all units? Fucking hell, it's like fucking the end of the world. Honestly, God, you should see that when they're coming. Not now. When I was younger, I was fucking scary, but not for me. For them. So, right, I'm going to go nearly 3 hours. Thank you very much for tonight. I've had a really great night. Back on again tomorrow, probably do a 2-hour one tomorrow. And the next night, a little bit longer. But, yeah, been a great night tonight. Been really happy. I love you all. And remember, keep happy. Keep smiling. It takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. So why waste energy? Don't waste energy. Be happy. Love yous. Brilliant night that was. It's a lot better, this mouse.